Tonight, we will journey into the enchanting realm of cats. These enigmatic beings have shared space with humanity for thousands of years, and yet they continue to captivate us without end. With their velvety fur, soothing purrs, and elegant, fluid movements, cats have long held a special place in our hearts and our imagination. They exist in a delicate balance, both untamed and domesticated, self-reliant yet loving, skilled hunters and devoted companions at the same time. The tale of cats stretches far back into antiquity, intricately interwoven with human history like a strand of fine silk. If you find comfort in these quiet reflections, I gently invite you to like and subscribe, or perhaps leave a simple thought in the comments below. It allows others to discover this space as well, one drowsy soul at a time. But for now, your only task is to rest, settle comfortably, and let the peaceful presence of cats guide you softly towards sleep. Let us begin. Cats have walked alongside humans for nearly 10,000 years. Long before written records existed, wild cats started to edge closer to early human settlements. As our ancestors created the first agricultural communities and began storing grain, mice and rats were drawn in by the abundance of food, and wherever rodents gathered, cats soon followed. These early felines were not companions in the modern sense, but collaborators in a quiet and ancient partnership. They protected the stored grain from pests, while humans unintentionally offered them a dependable place to hunt. Over many generations, this connection grew stronger. The once wild cats gradually became less wary, and humans began to value their presence more deeply. In time, some cats chose to remain, raising their young near human dwellings and accepting food offered by human hands. This process was not domestication in the usual way, where humans selectively breed animals for desired characteristics. Instead, cats effectively domesticated themselves, choosing to live near us while preserving their independence. Today, cats inhabit nearly every part of the globe, yet within them remains the memory of those early wild ancestors who cautiously approached the glow of firelight thousands of years ago. The ancient Egyptians held cats in the highest regard, seeing them as sacred creatures. In Egypt, along the fertile banks of the Nile, cats were granted exceptional honor. They were believed to embody the divine, especially linked to the goddess Bastet, who was depicted as either a lioness or a domestic cat. Bastet symbolized protection, fertility, and the softer, nurturing side of the sun's strength. Families welcomed cats into their homes not only to control pests, but as revered beings thought to bring blessings and good fortune. To harm a cat, even unintentionally, could lead to harsh consequences. When a cherished cat passed away, families mourned deeply, sometimes shaving their eyebrows as an expression of grief. Cats were mummified with the same reverence given to humans, carefully wrapped in fine linen and buried with offerings meant to accompany them into the afterlife. Archaeologists have uncovered entire burial grounds filled with mummified cats, clear evidence of the deep respect these animals inspired. The Egyptians seemed to grasp something fundamental about cats: their elegance, their mystery, their ability to exist between the worlds of the wild and the domestic. In honoring cats, they were also honoring the delicate harmony between human civilization and the natural world. Cats are capable of rotating their ears 180 degrees independently. One of the most extraordinary aspects of a cat is its hearing ability. Each ear is controlled by 32 muscles, allowing it to pivot and turn almost freely in any direction. A cat can aim one ear forward while rotating the other backward, processing sounds from different directions at the same time. This incredible adaptability allows cats to pinpoint the exact location of prey, even in total darkness. They can detect frequencies far beyond human hearing, picking up the ultrasonic signals of rodents and the faintest movements of insects hidden within the grass. When you observe a cat lying quietly, you may notice how its ears are never truly still, making subtle movements as they track the surrounding environment. Even when a cat seems to be asleep, its ears stay attentive, turning toward any unfamiliar noise. This remarkable trait has played a vital role in their survival, both in the wild and alongside humans. The next time you encounter a cat, take a moment to focus on its ears. Notice how each ear moves on its own, like a pair of delicate radar dishes, constantly gathering information from the world around it. It serves as a gentle reminder of how precisely adapted these animals are, how every detail of their bodies is refined for awareness and accuracy. A cat's purr produces vibrations at a frequency that may support healing. The sound of a cat purring is among the most soothing in nature, a soft, steady rumble that seems to rise from deep within its body. Yet purring is not merely an expression of comfort or satisfaction. Studies indicate that the vibrations created by a purring cat, generally ranging between 25 and 50 Hz, may carry therapeutic benefits. These frequencies are associated with aiding tissue repair, easing pain, and strengthening bone density. Some researchers suggest that cats purr not only when content, but also when they are hurt or under stress, using these vibrations as a natural way to heal themselves. This may explain why cats purr while giving birth, during illness, or even in their final moments. Purring could act as a form of self-healing, helping them cope with discomfort and speed up recovery. For humans, being close to a purring cat can help lower blood pressure, ease tension, and create a deep sense of relaxation. The soft vibration seems to connect with something within us, releasing stress and encouraging calm. To rest beside a purring cat is to be enveloped in a sound that soothes, offering comfort to both the animal and the person who listens. Cats sleep an average of 16 hours each day. If there is one thing cats are truly skilled at, it is resting. On average, a cat spends about 16 hours each day asleep, and some may sleep even longer, reaching up to 20 hours. This is not a sign of laziness, but rather a reflection of their natural instincts as hunters. In the wild, cats rely on sudden bursts of energy to capture prey. Between these intense moments, they conserve energy by sleeping. Domestic cats have retained this instinctual behavior. Even when food is readily available, their rest is not always deep. Much of their sleep consists of light dozing, during which they remain aware of their surroundings and ready to react instantly if necessary. Only around 25% of their sleep enters the deeper stages where dreaming occurs. During these periods, you may notice a sleeping cat twitching its paws, flicking its tail, or making faint chirping sounds. They are dreaming, reliving the hunt, the chase, and the final leap. Watching a cat sleep offers a quiet lesson in the art of rest. They seek out the warmest places, curl into perfect shapes, and fully surrender to stillness. In a world that often demands constant activity, cats remind us of the importance of simply being calm and at ease. A cat's whiskers are as wide as its body and help it move through narrow spaces. Whiskers are much more than decorative features. Known scientifically as vibrissae, these specialized hairs are deeply rooted in a cat's body and connected directly to its nervous system. They are highly sensitive to touch and vibration, functioning as precise tools that help a cat interpret its surroundings. The whiskers on a cat's face are usually as wide as its body, enabling it to determine whether it can pass through a tight space. If the whiskers brush against the sides of an opening, the cat understands that its body will not fit. Cats also have whiskers above their eyes, on their chins, and on the backs of their front legs, with each group providing different sensory information about the environment. In low light or complete darkness, whiskers become even more essential, detecting subtle air movements and the presence of nearby objects. When a cat is hunting, its whiskers move forward, allowing it to sense the precise position of prey, even when visibility is limited. Whiskers also serve as a means of expressing emotion. When a cat is calm and at ease, its whiskers lie softly at its sides. When curiosity or excitement takes over, they angle forward, and when fear sets in, they press flat against the face. To watch a cat's whiskers closely is to understand its emotional state and intentions, expressed through the delicate motions of these extraordinary sensory instruments. Cats possess a unique collarbone structure that grants them exceptional flexibility. Unlike humans and many other animals, a cat's collarbone is not firmly connected to the rest of its skeleton. Instead, it remains suspended within muscle, free-floating. This unusual anatomical feature gives cats their renowned agility, enabling them to twist mid-air, pass through incredibly tight openings, and land with remarkable grace after a fall. It explains how a cat can jump from a high place, rotate its body while airborne, and touch down softly on its paws. This remarkable skill, known as the righting reflex, starts to develop when kittens are only a few weeks old. The floating collarbone also enhances the cat's smooth, almost fluid style of movement. When you see a cat balancing along a narrow edge or slipping through a space barely wider than its head, you are witnessing the effect of this unique skeletal design. Their spines are also highly flexible, containing more vertebrae than those of humans, and allowing greater elasticity between each segment. Combined, these characteristics make cats among the most agile animals on Earth. They seem to move as though the rules of physics subtly favor them, gliding through space with a grace that feels nearly magical. Kittens are born with their eyes sealed shut and their ears folded. When a kitten comes into the world, it is tiny, delicate, and entirely dependent. Its eyes remain closed, and its small ears are pressed flat against its head. During the first week or more, the kitten depends completely on its mother, relying only on touch and smell to navigate its surroundings. It cannot yet see or hear, but it instinctively finds warmth and locates milk with remarkable precision. Around 7 to 10 days after birth, the kitten's eyes begin to open, showing cloudy blue irises that will later change color. The ears gradually unfold and rise, allowing the kitten to begin hearing for the first time. These early stages are essential for development. Even with limited senses, the kitten is forming neural connections that will influence its behavior throughout life. By around 3 weeks of age, most kittens can see and hear well enough to start exploring beyond their nest. They move on unsteady legs, bump into objects, and learn through repeated attempts. Watching a kitten during these first weeks is like observing a small miracle unfold as it slowly awakens to the complexity and richness of the world around it. All kittens are born with blue eyes that may later change. When you gaze into the eyes of a newborn kitten, you will notice a soft, cloudy blue hue. This is not its permanent eye color, but a temporary condition caused by the absence of pigment in the iris and the way light passes through the developing eye. As the kitten grows, specialized cells known as melanocytes begin producing pigment, revealing the true eye color. This process usually starts around 6 to 7 weeks and may continue for several months. Some cats keep their blue eyes, especially certain breeds like Siamese or ragdolls, while others develop shades of green, gold, amber, or copper. The final color depends on genetics, particularly the amount and type of melanin present in the iris. This gradual transformation is one of the subtle wonders of watching a kitten mature. Eyes that once appeared uniform and unclear slowly gain depth and brightness, reflecting the unique identity the kitten is growing into. It serves as a reminder that even the smallest features in nature follow intricate and beautiful patterns. A group of cats is known as a clouder, while a group of kittens is called a kindle. Language itself holds delightful surprises, and these collective terms for cats are among them. When cats come together in a group, they form what is known as a clouder. The term itself carries an old, almost whimsical tone, bringing to mind scenes of cats stretched lazily in a sunlit courtyard or moving together through dim, narrow alleys. A gathering of kittens, however, is called a kindle, a word that also refers to lighting or starting a fire. It is an especially appropriate name, reflecting the way kittens seem to fill a space with warmth and brightness, their lively energy illuminating any room they enter. There are additional names as well. A male cat is often referred to as a tom, while a female is known as a queen, a title that perfectly reflects the noble and dignified presence many cats display. Groups of wild or feral cats living together are sometimes described as a colony, particularly when they share the same territory and maintain a social structure. These terms serve as a reminder that our bond with cats stretches far back in time, shaped by layers of culture and affection. Over generations, we have developed an entire vocabulary for them, attempting to express something of their nature through language. Each word becomes a small tribute, acknowledging the role cats play in our lives. Cats possess a third eyelid called a haw, which serves to protect their eyes. If you observe a cat closely, especially when it is waking up or not feeling well, you may notice a thin, translucent layer moving across the inner corner of its eye. This is the third eyelid, also known as the nictitating membrane or haw. Most of the time, it stays hidden, but it can slide across the eye to provide additional protection and moisture. The haw helps maintain cleanliness by sweeping away dust and debris, while also spreading tears evenly across the surface of the eye. In natural environments, this extra layer is particularly useful when a cat moves through tall grass or becomes involved in a confrontation. If a cat is ill or dehydrated, the third eyelid may become more visible, offering a subtle signal to attentive caretakers that something may be wrong. Cats share this anatomical feature with many other creatures, including birds, reptiles, and certain mammals. It is a small yet refined element of their biology, a hidden mechanism that quietly works to preserve the clarity and health of their eyes. Like many features of cats, the third eyelid reflects their wild heritage and the evolutionary traits that have helped them survive and flourish. A cat's nose print is as unique as a human fingerprint. Just as no two fingerprints are identical among humans, no two cats share the same nose pattern. The ridges and tiny bumps on a cat's nose form a design that is completely unique to each individual, functioning as a biological signature that could, in theory, be used for identification. While nose prints are not commonly used in the same way as fingerprints, Their uniqueness is a beautiful illustration of individuality in nature. If you take a closer look at your cat's nose, you will notice an intricate arrangement of fine lines and textures, a miniature landscape unlike any other. This sense of individuality extends far beyond physical traits. Every cat has its own temperament, preferences, and distinctive behaviors. Some are daring and curious, eager to explore every corner, while others are more careful and reserved. Some crave constant attention, curling into laps and purring at the lightest touch, while others prefer to keep a certain distance, offering companionship only on their own terms. The uniqueness of a cat's nose is just one small reflection of a deeper truth. Every cat is an individual, shaped by its genetics, its experiences, and the subtle, complex forces that form personality. Cats have scent glands located on their cheeks, paws, and at the base of their tail. A cat perceives the world through scent in ways that are difficult for us to fully understand. To define their territory and communicate with other cats, they rely on scent glands positioned in several important areas of their body. The most noticeable glands are found on their cheeks, which is why cats often rub their faces against furniture, door frames, or even against your legs. This action, known as bunting, is not simply a sign of affection. It is also a way of marking territory, leaving behind pheromones that convey a message. This belongs to me. This place is safe. Cats also possess scent glands in the pads of their paws, which explains why they scratch surfaces. Scratching leaves both a visible mark and an invisible scent, delivering a dual signal to other cats. There are glands at the base of the tail as well, and cats may press this area against objects when they feel especially relaxed and secure. Although these scent markings are undetectable to us, they form a rich and layered map for the cat, filled with information about their surroundings. Every object and every corner carries details about presence and timing. In homes with multiple cats, this system of scent communication becomes even more intricate, forming a silent dialogue written in invisible chemical signals. When a cat rubs against you, it is marking you as part of its family. Few actions are more heartwarming than when a cat approaches, arches its back, and gently presses its head and body against your leg. This gesture expresses both trust and affection, while also serving a practical purpose. When a cat rubs itself against you, it is depositing its scent onto your body, effectively marking you as part of its social circle. In a cat's perception of the world, familiar scents are closely tied to feelings of safety and belonging. By blending its scent with yours, the cat is forming a shared identity, a collective scent that represents comfort, trust, and connection. This is why cats frequently brush against you when you return home after some time away. They are reasserting the bond, restoring the familiar scent that may have weakened during your absence. In households with multiple cats, you might observe them rubbing against one another as well, exchanging scents and strengthening their social connections. This behavior is known as collar rubbing, and it serves as one of the primary ways cats preserve harmony within their social group. To be marked in this way by a cat is to be welcomed, to be recognized as part of its inner circle. It is a quiet but meaningful gesture, a sign that you have been accepted into the cat's world. Cats are capable of producing over 100 distinct vocal sounds, far exceeding the range of dogs. While dogs are often associated with barking, cats possess a much richer and more intricate vocal system. Researchers suggest that cats can generate more than 100 different sounds, each carrying its own purpose and context. Among these are the familiar meows, which cats primarily use to communicate with humans rather than with other cats. Kittens meow to their mothers, but adult cats seldom use this sound when interacting with each other. Instead, the meow has evolved specifically as a tool for communicating with us, and cats often adjust their vocal patterns based on what elicits a response from their human companions. In addition to meows, cats produce trills, chirps, chatters, hisses, growls, yowls, and of course, purrs. Each of these sounds conveys a different message. A trill is often used as a greeting or an invitation to follow. Chattering may occur when a cat observes birds through a window, expressing excitement or frustration. A hiss serves as a clear warning, while a yowl may indicate distress, territorial conflict, or mating behavior. The wide range and subtle variations of these sounds highlight the sophistication of feline communication. Cats may not display their emotions as openly as dogs, but they are equally expressive in their own way. Understanding them requires learning their language, paying attention to the diversity of their vocalizations, and recognizing the situations in which those sounds occur. The meow, in particular, is a vocalization that cats developed specifically for interacting with humans. In natural settings, adult cats rarely meow at one another. Their communication relies more heavily on body language, scent marking, and other types of vocal sounds, with the meow playing little to no role. While kittens use meowing to attract their mother's attention, they typically abandon this behavior as they grow older. However, once cats began living alongside humans, they discovered that meowing was an effective way to capture our attention. Over thousands of years, they have refined this ability, learning which types of meows prompt us to provide food, open doors, or offer affection. Some cats even develop distinct meows for specific needs, and attentive owners can often tell the difference between a meow for food, a request to go outside, or a simple call for attention. This represents a fascinating example of communication between species, where cats have adapted their behavior to bridge the gap between their world and ours. The meow has become, in essence, a vocal tool designed for human interaction, a sound that exists primarily in the shared space between cat and human. When your cat meows at you, it is using a form of communication that has evolved specifically for that connection, that moment of interaction. Cats possess an extraordinary sense of balance, largely due to the structure of their inner ear. When you observe a cat walking along a narrow fence, leaping effortlessly onto a high surface, or navigating a cluttered space with ease, you are witnessing the result of this remarkable ability. This balance is primarily governed by the vestibular system located within the inner ear. In cats, this system is highly refined, giving them a precise awareness of their body's position and motion in space. The vestibular system works together with the cat's flexible spine, strong hind legs, and naturally low center of gravity, creating an animal that is exceptionally agile and stable. Cats are able to make subtle, almost imperceptible adjustments to their posture and movement without conscious effort, allowing them to move confidently across even the most unstable or narrow surfaces. This finely tuned sense of balance also plays a key role in their well-known ability to land on their feet. When a cat begins to fall, the vestibular system instantly determines the direction of up, and the cat adjusts its body mid-air to orient its feet toward the ground. This righting reflex, together with an exceptionally flexible spine, enables them to twist and correct their position even during a very brief descent. It is an extraordinary example of biological design perfected through millions of years of evolution. A falling cat can rotate its body in mid-air to ensure a feet-first landing. The capacity of a cat to land safely after a fall has become almost legendary, and not without reason. This capability, referred to as the righting reflex, stands as one of the most remarkable demonstrations of natural agility. As a cat starts to fall, signals from the inner ear inform it of its orientation. Within mere milliseconds, the cat initiates a rotation, beginning with the head and front limbs, followed by the spine and rear legs. Because cats lack a rigid collarbone and possess a highly flexible spine, they can rotate the front and back portions of their body separately. This unique structure allows them to turn upright even when falling from relatively low heights. Interestingly, a cat requires a certain amount of falling distance for this reflex to function effectively. Very short falls, such as from a table, may not provide sufficient time for the cat to complete the rotation, whereas greater heights allow the reflex to fully engage. However, despite this ability, falls from extreme heights can still pose serious danger. While cats have survived astonishing drops, they are not immune to injury. The righting reflex is a survival adaptation, but it is not something mystical. It is the result of physics, biology, and countless generations of evolution working together in a split second. Cats can leap up to 6 times their body length in a single bound. When a cat jumps, it showcases pure physical strength and coordination. Its hind legs, powered by strong muscles and flexible joints, generate impressive force to propel the body upward and forward. On average, a healthy cat can reach a height of about 5 to 6 times its own length, meaning that a typical cat can easily spring onto a kitchen counter or even the top of a refrigerator. This ability to jump is vital for both hunting and survival. In the wild, cats rely on their leaping strength to ambush prey from above or to escape quickly by climbing trees when faced with larger predators. Domestic cats still possess this skill, even when they no longer need to hunt or evade danger. You may notice a cat suddenly launching itself into the air without any obvious reason, or crossing a room in a single graceful leap. This is instinct at work, a celebration of movement, an expression of what their bodies are capable of. Observing a cat before it jumps reveals a moment of intense concentration and readiness. They lower themselves close to the ground, their gaze locked onto the target, their muscles tightly coiled. Then, in a sudden burst of energy, they spring. They propel themselves through the air with precision and elegance. It is a reminder that even the most domesticated cat still carries within it the essence of a wild hunter. Cats devote a large portion of their waking time to grooming. If a cat is not asleep, eating, or playing, it is most likely grooming itself. Cats are extremely attentive to cleanliness, spending up to 50% of their waking hours licking their fur and cleaning their paws. This behavior fulfills several important functions. First, it removes dirt, loose hair, and debris, keeping the coat in good condition. Second, grooming helps regulate body temperature. As a cat licks its fur, saliva evaporates and creates a cooling effect, similar to how humans sweat. In colder conditions, grooming causes the fur to fluff up, trapping air and providing insulation. Third, grooming offers comfort and reduces stress. The repetitive motion, along with the release of endorphins, produces a calming effect, which explains why cats often groom themselves when they feel anxious or overstimulated. Cats also groom one another, a behavior known as allo-grooming, which helps strengthen social connections. When two cats groom each other, they are demonstrating trust and affection, reinforcing their bond. For a solitary cat, grooming becomes a form of self-care, maintaining both physical health and emotional balance. Watching a cat groom itself can be mesmerizing. The slow, careful strokes of the tongue, the attention given to every part of the fur, and the way they clean between their toes with almost meditative precision. It serves as a gentle reminder of the value of caring for oneself and of finding calm in simple, repetitive actions. A cat's tongue is covered with tiny, hook-like structures called papillae. If you have ever been licked by a cat, you will have noticed that its tongue feels rough, almost like sandpaper. This texture is caused by hundreds of small, backward-facing barbs known as papillae. These formations are composed of keratin, the same substance that makes up human fingernails as well as a cat's claws. The papillae perform several essential roles. They enable a cat to groom itself efficiently, trapping and removing loose fur, dirt, and even small parasites. Their backward-facing, hook-like structure functions much like a comb, helping to untangle fur while spreading natural oils evenly across the coat. Papillae also assist in drinking. When a cat laps up water, these tiny barbs help pull the liquid into its mouth. In addition, these barbs are effective for scraping meat from bones when a cat consumes prey. Although domestic cats rarely need to strip flesh from bones, they still carry this inherited trait from their ancestors. The coarse texture of a cat's tongue is yet another illustration of how every part of its body is precisely adapted for survival. It is an instrument that has remained largely unchanged for millions of years because of its effectiveness. When a cat licks you, it is not merely expressing affection. It is grooming you, including you as part of its social group, treating you as it would another cat. Cats possess retractable claws that remain sharp because they are shielded when not in use. A cat's claws are among its most vital tools, used for climbing, hunting, defending itself, and marking territory. Unlike the claws of dogs, which stay extended, a cat's claws can retract. When a cat is walking or resting, the claws are tucked inside the paws, protected by skin and fur. This design keeps them sharp and prevents them from wearing down through everyday activity. When needed, specialized muscles and tendons extend the claws outward, preparing them instantly for use. This retractable system is one reason cats are such efficient hunters. They can move quietly with their claws hidden, then extend them in a split second to grasp prey or climb. The sharpness of a cat's claws is preserved through the natural shedding of the outer sheath and through scratching behavior. When a cat scratches, it is not only sharpening its claws, but also removing the worn outer layer to reveal a new, sharper claw beneath. Scratching is instinctive and essential, which is why even well-cared-for indoor cats will look for scratching posts or furniture. It is not misbehavior, it is biology. Providing suitable outlets for this behavior is part of respecting a cat's natural instincts and needs. Scratching is a natural activity that allows cats to shed old claw sheaths. This behavior can often frustrate cat owners, but it is important to recognize that it is not optional for a cat. It is a biological necessity. When a cat scratches, it is not attempting to damage your belongings, even if it appears that way. The cat is caring for its claws, removing the dead outer layer to expose the healthy, sharp claw underneath. You may have noticed these shed layers, small, translucent coverings that resemble hollow claws left behind on scratching posts or carpets. Scratching also helps stretch the muscles in a cat's legs, shoulders, and back. After a long period of rest, a good scratch acts much like a stretching exercise, extending the body and easing tension. Furthermore, scratching leaves scent marks from glands located in a cat's paws, helping to establish territory and communicate with other cats. For a cat, scratching combines grooming, exercise, and communication into a single behavior. Understanding this can help cat owners provide appropriate surfaces and redirect scratching away from furniture. Cats are not acting destructively out of spite. They are simply behaving as cats do, following instincts that have ensured their survival for millions of years. A cat's field of vision is broader than that of a human, giving it superior peripheral awareness. When you look directly at a cat's face, you are meeting the gaze of a hunter. Those large, forward-facing eyes provide strong depth perception, which is essential for accurately judging distance when leaping toward prey. But even more remarkable is a cat's peripheral vision. While humans typically see about 180 degrees, cats can perceive roughly 200 degrees. This expanded range allows them to detect movement on either side without turning their heads, offering a significant advantage in both hunting and avoiding danger. However, there is a compromise. Cats trade some visual sharpness for this wider field. Their long-distance vision is not as clear as that of humans, and they are more sensitive to motion than to fine detail. At very close range, within about 12 inches, cats struggle to focus. This is why a cat may sniff or touch an object brought near its face instead of simply observing it. However, at medium distances where hunting typically occurs, their vision is exceptional. They are highly skilled at tracking motion, which explains why even a well-fed indoor cat becomes completely absorbed by a moving insect or a toy sliding across the floor. Their eyes are perfectly adapted for pursuit, for that precise moment when motion turns into opportunity. Cats are able to see more effectively in dim lighting than humans, but they are not capable of seeing in absolute darkness. One of the most common misconceptions about cats is the belief that they can see perfectly in total darkness. Although their night vision is remarkably advanced and far exceeds our own, they still require at least a small amount of light in order to see. The reason behind their ability to see in low light conditions lies in the anatomy of their eyes. Cats possess a large number of rod cells, which are specialized photoreceptors designed to detect light and movement, though they do not perceive color. Humans, on the other hand, have a higher number of cone cells, which enable us to distinguish colors and fine details when the environment is brightly lit. However, the greater number of rods in a cat's eyes makes them significantly more sensitive to faint light. In addition to this, cats have a unique layer of tissue located behind the retina known as the tapetum lucidum. This reflective layer functions like a mirror, sending incoming light back through the retina and giving the photoreceptors a second opportunity to capture it. This is the reason a cat's eyes appear to glow when light hits them in the dark. What you are seeing is the reflection from the tapetum lucidum. In conditions of very low illumination, cats can see approximately 6 to 8 times better than humans. Yet in complete darkness, where no light is present at all, cats are just as unable to see as we are. In such situations, they depend on their other senses, especially their hearing, whiskers, and sense of smell, to move through their surroundings. The glowing appearance of a cat's eyes at night is caused by the reflective layer known as the tapetum lucidum. One of the most memorable and striking sights involving cats is the unusual glow of their eyes in darkness. When the beams of a car's headlights pass over a cat sitting near the road, or when a flashlight is directed into a dark room, the cat's eyes shine with a mysterious light, often appearing green or gold. This effect is produced by the tapetum lucidum, a specialized layer of cells situated behind the retina. The tapetum functions as a natural mirror, reflecting light that has already passed through the retina back through it once again. This allows the photoreceptors to detect that light a second time, greatly improving the cat's ability to see in low-light environments. The tapetum lucidum is not exclusive to cats. It is also present in many animals that are active at night or during twilight, including dogs, deer, and raccoons. Each species has slight variations in the structure of this layer, which is why their eyeshine can appear in different colors. In cats, the color of this glow usually depends on the minerals present in the tapetum, and it can range from green and yellow to blue and orange. This feature is a clear example of evolution providing effective and refined solutions to environmental challenges. For an animal that hunts during the early morning and late evening, the ability to see well in dim lighting is not merely helpful, it is vital for survival. Cats are crepuscular, meaning they are most active at dawn and dusk. Many people mistakenly believe that cats are nocturnal because they often seem more lively at night. In truth, cats are crepuscular, which means their peak activity occurs during the twilight periods of dawn and dusk. This behavior is deeply rooted in their wild origins. The animals that wild cats typically hunt, mainly small rodents and birds, are also most active during these same times. Hunting at dawn and dusk offers several benefits. The reduced light provides concealment, allowing cats to approach their prey more easily without being noticed, while their enhanced vision in dim light gives them a clear advantage over their targets. This natural pattern of activity remains present in domestic cats, even those that have never needed to hunt for survival. You may observe that your cat becomes especially energetic in the early morning or during the evening, running around the house, leaping onto objects, or engaging in what some people refer to as the zoomies. This is not random or meaningless behavior. It is the cat's internal rhythm, indicating that it is time to hunt. For cats that live indoors, this stored energy needs a proper release, which is why engaging in interactive play during these peak activity periods can help fulfill their natural instincts while also deepening the connection between cat and human. When we understand the natural cycles and rhythms of a cat, it becomes much easier to create a calm and balanced living environment. A cat's whiskers play a crucial role in helping it judge whether it can pass through a space. Whiskers are far more than decorative facial traits. They function as highly refined sensory tools. A cat's whiskers, also known as vibrissae, are typically about as wide as the cat's own body. This is not accidental. When a cat encounters a tight opening, it uses its whiskers to gauge the width of that space. If the whiskers pass through without bending or touching the sides, the cat can be confident that its body will also fit. However, if the whiskers brush against both sides, the cat quickly realizes there is a risk of becoming stuck and will usually avoid attempting to go through. This evaluation happens instantly and instinctively without any conscious effort. Whiskers are sensitive enough to detect even subtle shifts in air currents and can identify nearby objects without needing direct contact. This ability makes them especially valuable when navigating in darkness or in confined areas where vision alone is not sufficient. Cats also possess whiskers above their eyes, which trigger a reflexive blink when something approaches too closely, as well as whiskers located on the back of their front legs that help them sense the position and movement of captured prey. Whiskers are so delicate and responsive that some cats experience discomfort when eating from bowls that press against them, a phenomenon often referred to as whisker fatigue. Respecting a cat's whiskers means recognizing their importance and ensuring the environment allows these remarkable sensory tools to function without causing stress or discomfort. Cats maintain a powerful prey drive, even when they are well-fed and spend their lives indoors. A cat that has never gone hungry and has always lived inside still carries within it the deeply rooted instincts of a hunter. This drive is not driven by hunger, but by instinct, practice, and the inherent satisfaction of performing behaviors that are hardwired into the feline brain. This explains why a well-fed cat will still stalk, pursue, and pounce on toys, insects, or even things that are not really there. The hunting behavior of cats usually follows a sequence: stalking, chasing, pouncing, capturing, and sometimes playing with or carrying the prey. In the wild, this sequence concludes with eating. In domestic settings, however, the sequence may simply end when the prey stops moving and the cat loses interest. This can be puzzling for humans, especially when a cat presents a dead mouse or bird and then appears uninterested in it. The cat was not hunting for nourishment. Instead, it was acting on a deeply ingrained behavior that provides mental engagement and satisfaction. For indoor cats, regular play that simulates hunting is essential for maintaining both mental and physical well-being. Toys that imitate the unpredictable movements of prey can serve as an excellent outlet for these natural instincts. If a cat is denied the opportunity to engage in hunting behaviors, even through play, it can result in boredom, frustration, and behavioral issues. Some cats bring dead animals to their owners as a form of sharing or instruction. One of the most curious and, at times, unsettling habits of cats is their tendency to deliver dead or injured animals to their human companions. A mouse left at the doorstep, or a bird carefully placed on a bed. These offerings can evoke a wide range of reactions, from discomfort and confusion to reluctant appreciation. The exact reason behind this behavior is not entirely certain, but several explanations have been proposed. Some scientists believe that cats are sharing their catch in the same way they would with members of their social group. Others think that cats, especially females, may be attempting to teach their humans how to hunt, similar to how a mother cat teaches her kittens. In the wild, a mother will bring either live or dead prey to her young so they can practice hunting skills. Because many cats seem to view their human companions as somewhat unskilled members of their group, particularly when it comes to hunting, they may be trying to assist. Another explanation is that the cat is simply bringing its catch back to a safe and familiar location, its home where it can either eat or store it. Regardless of the reason, this behavior reflects trust and a sense of social connection. The cat is including you within its world, offering something that holds significance to it. Even if the gift itself is not always welcome, it is an act rooted in bonding. Cats also possess a highly developed sense of smell, though it is not as powerful as that of dogs. While dogs are widely recognized for their exceptional olfactory abilities, cats also have an impressive sense of smell. A cat's sense of smell is estimated to be about 14 times stronger than that of a human. They possess roughly 200 million scent receptors within their nasal passages, compared to the approximately 5 million found in humans. Cats rely heavily on their sense of smell to interpret their surroundings, recognize other animals, locate food, and communicate through scent marking. This sense is essential to a cat's life from the very beginning. Newborn kittens, unable to see or hear, depend entirely on smell to find their mother and locate milk. As they mature, scent continues to guide them, helping them move through their environment and understand social hierarchies. When cats encounter one another, they frequently engage in sniffing, collecting information about identity, physical condition, and emotional state. Cats also possess a unique sensory structure known as the vomeronasal organ or Jacobson's organ, situated on the roof of the mouth. When a cat detects a particularly intriguing scent, it may slightly open its mouth and draw back its lips in an expression that resembles a grimace. This behavior is called the Flamen response, and it allows air to pass over the vomeronasal organ, giving the cat access to more detailed chemical information. Through scent, cats perceive an additional layer of reality that remains mostly hidden from human awareness. The Flamen response enables cats to closely examine certain smells. It is one of the more unusual behaviors a cat can display. Imagine a cat coming across a new scent, perhaps a mark left by another cat or an interesting patch on the ground. The cat stops, inhales deeply, then opens its mouth slightly, curling its lips back and holding that posture for a few seconds, appearing almost as though it has encountered something unpleasant. This is the Flamen response, and it serves a vital purpose. By opening the mouth and allowing air to flow over the vomeronasal organ, the cat is effectively tasting the air, analyzing pheromones and other chemical signals that ordinary sniffing might not detect. This organ is especially sensitive to scents involved in social interaction and reproduction. Male cats often exhibit the Flamen response when they sense a female in heat. However, both male and female cats use this behavior to gather detailed information about other animals within their environment. The Flamen response highlights the fact that cats exist in a world rich with scent-based communication, a silent language that humans cannot perceive, yet one that shapes their understanding of everything around them. When you observe a cat making this peculiar face, it is not acting playfully or strangely, it is interpreting a message written in chemical signals. Cats also use their tails as a means of expressing mood and intention. A cat's tail is one of its most expressive features, functioning like a living signal that conveys emotion and intent to anyone who understands its meaning. A tail held upright, often with a slight curve at the tip, typically indicates confidence and contentment. A cat approaching with this posture is likely feeling friendly and may be seeking interaction. A tail that appears puffed up, resembling a bottle brush, signals fear or aggression. In this state, the cat is attempting to make itself look larger and more threatening. A tail pressed tightly against the body suggests fear or submission. A tail that moves sharply or thumps from side to side indicates irritation or frustration. If you are petting a cat and notice its tail beginning to twitch or whip, which often serves as a warning that the cat is nearing its limit and may scratch or bite if the interaction continues. A tail that sways gently can signal concentration, such as when a cat is watching prey or preparing to leap. There are many subtle differences, and individual cats may develop their own variations of tail communication. By observing a cat's tail in various situations, you can learn a great deal about its emotional condition and respond more appropriately. The tail offers a glimpse into the cat's inner world, a constant form of communication for those who choose to notice it. A slow, low wag of the tail in cats usually indicates irritation, not joy, as it often does in dogs. One of the most frequent misunderstandings between humans and cats, especially among those more familiar with dogs, concerns the meaning of tail movement. In dogs, a wagging tail is generally associated with excitement or happiness. In cats, however, it often signals the opposite. When a cat's tail moves slowly from side to side or taps against the ground, it typically reflects annoyance, frustration, or overstimulation. If the tail begins to lash more rapidly, the cat may be close to becoming aggressive. This behavior acts as a clear warning, a signal that says, "Back off." Many people have been caught off guard by a scratch or bite from a cat they believed was content, simply because they misinterpreted the signals of the tail. Cats and dogs communicate in very different ways, and their tails provide a clear illustration of this difference. Understanding how to interpret a cat's tail accurately is crucial for anyone who wishes to truly comprehend and respect these animals. When you are engaging with a cat and its tail begins to move in that slow, controlled, and deliberate manner, it is a clear signal that you should pause your actions and give the cat some space. Paying attention to these cues results in safer and more positive interactions, fostering a relationship grounded in mutual respect and awareness. Cats frequently knead with their paws, a behavior that originates from their earliest days as kittens. One of the most charming and recognizable actions a cat can display is kneading, the steady, rhythmic pressing of its paws, alternating between left and right against a soft surface such as a blanket, a cushion, or even your lap. This behavior traces directly back to kittenhood. When kittens are newborn, they knead their mother's belly while nursing in order to stimulate the flow of milk. This repetitive motion becomes associated with feelings of warmth, safety, and nourishment. As cats mature, many continue to exhibit this behavior, kneading when they feel relaxed, content, or in need of comfort. Some cats knead just before lying down to sleep, as if preparing their resting place, much like their ancestors may have flattened grass or leaves in the wild. Others knead directly on their human companions, which is often seen as a strong expression of affection and trust. In these moments, the cat is treating you much like it would its mother, linking you with security and comfort. Certain cats purr as they knead, and a few may even drool slightly, both of which are signs of deep satisfaction and contentment. Although kneading can sometimes feel uncomfortable if a cat's claws are extended, it is never intended to cause harm. It is simply a lingering instinct from infancy, a return to a time when everything felt safe and uncomplicated. Observing a cat kneading offers a gentle reminder of how powerful early experiences can be, and how the need for comfort and connection endures throughout life. Cats often choose to sleep in elevated places because it provides them with a sense of safety. If you have ever wondered why your cat prefers to rest on top of a refrigerator, a tall shelf, or the back of a couch, the explanation lies in instinctive behavior. In natural environments, higher ground offers protection. A cat positioned above the ground is less exposed to potential predators and gains a better view of everything happening around it. Even though domestic cats no longer face such dangers, this instinct remains deeply ingrained. Elevated spots give cats a feeling of control and security, allowing them to observe their territory and monitor activity below. This becomes especially important in households with multiple cats or with dogs, where a cat may seek out high places to avoid conflict or simply enjoy a peaceful retreat. Providing vertical spaces, such as cat trees, shelves, or window perches, can greatly enhance a cat's well-being. These spaces enable cats to express their natural instincts and offer valuable mental stimulation. When a cat climbs to a high perch and settles down, it is doing more than resting. It is establishing a kind of throne, a place from which it can observe the world from a position of comfort and authority. Recognizing this need for vertical space is an important step in creating an environment where a cat can truly flourish. A cat's brain shares 90% structural similarity with that of a human. Although cats may sometimes appear mysterious or even distant, their brains are surprisingly similar to ours. In fact, the structure of a cat's brain is approximately 90% comparable to that of a human brain. Both species possess a cerebral cortex divided into distinct lobes, which are responsible for processing sensory input, making decisions, and storing memories. These similarities also include the presence of gray matter and white matter, as well as comparable neurotransmitters that carry signals between neurons. However, there are also significant differences. A cat's brain is considerably smaller, weighing around 30 grams, while the human brain averages about 1,400 grams. Despite this difference in size, a cat's brain operates with remarkable efficiency, especially in functions related to hunting, coordination, and sensory processing. The brain's structure also supports a wide range of emotions. Cats are capable of experiencing fear, happiness, anger, and affection, much like humans. They are able to form both short-term and long-term memories and can adapt based on past experiences. The strong resemblance between our brains and theirs plays a key role in the bond that forms between humans and cats. We are not entirely different, and this shared neurological foundation allows for empathy, understanding, and connection. Cats possess an excellent memory, particularly when it comes to matters that influence their survival. While they may not always recall where they left a favorite toy, they demonstrate an impressive ability to remember information related to survival, territory, and their social environment. A cat is able to recall where food can be found, where it can safely hide, and the boundaries claimed by other cats. They learn and retain the daily rhythms within their home, often anticipating mealtimes or recognizing when their human is about to return. Cats also possess a powerful associative memory. When an experience brings a positive outcome, such as being rewarded with treats after a certain action, they remember it and are likely to repeat that behavior. On the other hand, if something unpleasant happens, like being startled by a loud sound in a particular place, they will remember and avoid that location. Research has demonstrated that cats can retain memories for years, especially when those moments carry strong emotional weight. This explains why a cat may remain cautious around a veterinarian's clinic long after a stressful visit, or why it can recognize someone it has not encountered in a very long time. A cat's memory is not simply about storing facts, it plays a vital role in survival, helping them distinguish between safety and danger, and in building the relationships that define their social environment. Each cat's whiskers are uniquely arranged, much like a fingerprint. Just as every human face has its own distinct features, no two cats have whiskers placed in exactly the same pattern. The positioning, length, and thickness of a cat's whiskers are individual to each animal. Although all cats have whiskers in similar areas, such as on the face, above the eyes, on the chin, and even on the legs, the specific configuration differs from one cat to another. This individuality is not merely for appearance. The exact placement of whiskers influences how a cat senses its surroundings, shaping its perception and interaction with the world. Some cats have especially long and prominent whiskers, while others have shorter, finer ones. Some whiskers bend in gentle curves, while others extend straight outward. Noticing these subtle distinctions is part of truly appreciating each cat's uniqueness. In the same way you might identify a friend by their facial features or the tone of their voice. The pattern of a cat's whiskers contributes to what makes it recognizable. It serves as another reminder that although cats share many common characteristics and behaviors, each one is an individual, formed by genetics, experience, and its own unique way of moving through life. Cats can rotate their ears independently to determine exactly where a sound originates. A cat's ears are remarkable examples of biological design. Each ear can move on its own, rotating as much as 180 degrees to capture sounds coming from almost any direction. This movement is made possible by 32 muscles in each ear, allowing the cat to detect the precise source of even the faintest noise. When something catches a cat's attention, you will often notice both ears turning toward the sound, focusing on it like sensitive radar. If multiple sounds are present, the cat can direct one ear toward one source while the other ear points elsewhere, processing both at the same time. This ability is essential for hunting. A cat tracking prey depends heavily on sound to identify the exact position of a mouse rustling beneath leaves or a bird moving within a bush. The precision with which a cat can locate sound enables it to strike accurately, even when the prey is partly concealed. This mobility of the ears also allows cats to remain aware of their surroundings while engaged in other activities. A cat grooming itself or eating may seem entirely absorbed, yet its ears are constantly shifting, scanning the environment for any signs of danger or opportunity. The ears are always active, always attentive, collecting information from every direction. A relaxed and content cat may sometimes drool slightly when it is extremely calm or happy. Although drooling is more commonly linked with dogs, certain cats also exhibit this behavior when they feel deep relaxation or joy. This is not an indication of illness, but rather a sign of intense comfort. Drooling typically happens during moments of complete ease, such as when a cat is being stroked in a favorite spot, purring deeply, and perhaps kneading with its paws. The sensation is so soothing that the cat's body may briefly lose full control over saliva production. Not all cats display this behavior, and those that do may only do so in specific situations. For cats known to drool when content, it becomes an endearing trait, showing that they feel completely safe and at peace. However, excessive drooling or a sudden change in this behavior can signal dental problems or other health concerns. So, it is important to distinguish between the gentle drool of a happy cat and drooling that may indicate an underlying issue. But when a cat rests in your lap, gently purring, its eyes half-lidded, softly kneading with its paws, and perhaps even letting out a tiny droplet of drool, you can be certain that it is experiencing a state of deep contentment. This moment reflects vulnerability, a clear expression of trust, and a quiet confirmation of the bond you share. Cats also use a slow blink, which is widely understood as a signal of trust and affection. In the communication style of cats, eye contact can be nuanced. A fixed, prolonged stare is often interpreted as a form of challenge or even a potential threat. Yet there is a particular type of eye contact that conveys the opposite meaning, the slow blink. When a cat gazes at you and slowly closes and reopens its eyes, almost like a relaxed and unhurried wink, it is expressing comfort, trust, and affection. Some people refer to this as a cat kiss. Through this slow blink, the cat is communicating that it feels secure in your presence and does not view you as a danger. You can return a cat's slow blink by mirroring the action, gently closing and opening your own eyes while looking toward the cat. Many cats will respond by repeating the gesture, forming a quiet exchange of trust. This is a soft, non-invasive way to build a connection with a cat, particularly one that is shy or unfamiliar. Unlike petting or lifting a cat, which involves physical interaction and may sometimes feel overwhelming, the slow blink honors the cat's personal space while still conveying warmth and kindness. It is one of the more subtle methods of communication between humans and cats, yet it is surprisingly powerful. In a single glance, a slow blink communicates, "I see you, I trust you, and I feel at ease with you here." Cats may produce a chattering sound when watching birds through a window, a behavior connected to their hunting instincts. If you have ever observed a cat staring intently through a window at birds or squirrels outside, you might have noticed an unusual sound, a rapid, clicking, chattering noise, often accompanied by twitching whiskers and a quivering jaw. This behavior is commonly known as chattering, and it is both intriguing and somewhat puzzling. The precise reason for this behavior remains a topic of discussion among animal behavior experts, but several explanations have been suggested. One idea is that the chattering imitates the killing bite a cat would use on prey, essentially a rehearsal of the motion, even though the prey cannot be reached. Another possibility is that the sound reflects frustration. The cat sees the bird, its hunting instincts are fully activated, yet it cannot reach its target. The chattering may serve as an outlet for this built-up tension and excitement. Some researchers have also suggested that the sound could be an attempt to mimic bird calls, although this theory is less widely supported. What is certain is that chattering is closely tied to the prey drive. It tends to occur when a cat is intensely focused on prey that remains inaccessible. For indoor cats, this situation is quite common. Their environment is filled with visual stimulation, with small creatures moving just beyond the window, tantalizingly close but always out of reach. The chattering offers a glimpse into the mind of a hunter, a reminder that even in the safety of a home, the instinct to stalk and capture prey never fully disappears. Cats have distinct preferences when it comes to being touched in different areas. Just as humans have their own boundaries and sensitivities regarding physical contact, cats also have individual comfort zones. Each cat has its own preferences and areas where it feels more or less at ease. Many cats enjoy being stroked on the head, along the cheeks, and under the chin, where scent glands are located and where touch helps reinforce social bonds. Gentle petting along the back and shoulders is also often appreciated. However, the belly, paws, and tail tend to be more sensitive regions and may be off-limits for many cats. When a cat rolls onto its back and exposes its belly, it is showing trust, but this does not necessarily mean it wants its belly to be touched. For some cats, contact in that area can trigger a defensive reaction, leading them to bite or scratch. Likewise, many cats do not enjoy having their paws or tail handled. These parts of the body are more vulnerable, and touching them may cause the cat to feel threatened. Understanding a specific cat's preferences requires patience and careful observation. Pay close attention to its body language. If the ears flatten, the tail begins to flick or twitch, or the cat pulls away, These are clear signs of discomfort. Respecting these signals is essential in building trust. A cat that feels understood and respected is far more likely to become affectionate, calm, and at ease. Forcing physical contact on a cat or disregarding the signals it gives can harm the bond between human and animal, sometimes leading to fear or even aggressive behavior. Certain cats are naturally more vocal than others, with breeds such as the Siamese being especially known for their talkative nature. Although all cats are capable of making sounds, some express themselves far more frequently than others. A cat's breed plays an important role in determining how vocal it may be. Siamese cats, for instance, are well known for their loud, frequent, and sometimes demanding vocalizations. They often seem to talk to their owners, voicing their opinions about everything from feeding times to situations they find unfair. Other Oriental breeds, including the Balinese and the Tonkinese, also tend to be quite expressive and vocal. In contrast, breeds like the British Shorthair or the Russian Blue are generally quieter and more reserved in their communication. Still, personality is just as important as breed. Some cats are naturally inclined to be chatty, engaging in what feels like conversation with their humans, responding to questions with meows, and making their presence known throughout the day. Others remain mostly silent, relying on body language to communicate and only vocalizing when it is truly necessary. For those who appreciate an interactive companion, a vocal cat can be a constant source of engagement and connection. For individuals who prefer a more peaceful environment, a quieter cat may be the better choice. Learning to understand and appreciate a cat's unique way of communicating, whether expressive or reserved, is an essential part of accepting its individual personality. A cat's sense of taste is far less developed than its sense of smell. Humans possess around 9,000 taste buds, while cats have only about 470. Because of this limited ability to taste, cats experience food in a very different way from humans. They depend far more on scent and texture when deciding whether something is appealing to eat. If a cat has a blocked nose due to illness, it may refuse food, not because the taste is unpleasant, but because it cannot properly detect the smell. Interestingly, cats are unable to taste sweetness. They lack the receptors required to perceive sweet flavors, which is a rare trait among mammals. This characteristic is likely linked to their nature as obligate carnivores, as they have little need to identify sugary foods such as fruit. In the wild, their diet consists almost entirely of meat, and their sensory preferences have evolved to reflect that. Cats can detect salty, sour, and bitter tastes, and they are especially sensitive to bitterness, which helps them avoid substances that may be toxic. When selecting food for a cat, it is important to remember that what humans find appealing may not be attractive to a cat. Strong scents, suitable texture, and high-quality protein are far more important than complex flavors. A cat judges its food through senses adapted to a predator's needs, where aroma and the richness of meat matter much more than sweetness or seasoning. Cats are unable to taste sweetness because they do not possess the necessary taste receptors. This evolutionary trait makes perfect sense when viewed in the context of their dietary requirements. As obligate carnivores, cats are biologically designed to obtain nutrients almost entirely from animal sources. In nature, cats do not encounter sugary foods. They do not consume fruits, honey, or other sweet substances. Over millions of years, the gene responsible for producing the receptor for sweetness became inactive within the feline lineage. Without evolutionary pressure to preserve this function, it gradually disappeared. Today, all cats, from domestic pets to large wild species like lions, lack the ability to perceive sweet tastes. This has practical consequences. While a dog might eagerly beg for a piece of cake or candy, a cat will show little to no interest, not because it is more disciplined, but because it simply cannot detect sweetness. Cats should also not be fed sugary foods, as their digestive systems are not adapted to process high amounts of carbohydrates. This evolutionary adaptation highlights how closely a species' sensory abilities are linked to its ecological role. Every part of a cat's biology reflects its identity as a hunter, from its sharp teeth to its digestive system and even the structure of its taste buds. A mother cat plays a crucial role in teaching her kittens essential survival skills through both demonstration and play. In the wild, she serves as both protector and instructor. When her kittens are old enough to begin eating solid food, typically around 4 weeks of age, she starts bringing them prey. Initially, the prey is often already dead, allowing the kittens to investigate and practice biting and pawing without risk. As they grow more capable and confident, the mother introduces live prey, releasing it nearby so the kittens can learn to stalk, pounce, and ultimately capture their target. This is not an act of cruelty, but rather a form of learning. In natural environments, kittens must acquire hunting skills in order to survive. The mother cat models the behavior, and the young learn through observation, repetition, and gradual practice. Play among kittens also has an important role in learning. When they tumble together, leap at one another, and stage playful mock fights, they are building coordination, learning how to control their bite, and recognizing social limits. Even domestic cats preserve these teaching behaviors, despite no longer needing to hunt for survival. A mother cat raising her kittens will continue to engage them in activities that imitate hunting, and even kittens separated early from their mothers will instinctively practice hunting through play with toys. Their natural instincts guide them to rehearse abilities they may never truly need. This passing of knowledge from one generation to the next is an essential part of feline nature. Kittens start developing hunting abilities as early as 3 weeks old. The change from a fragile newborn to a capable young hunter occurs with surprising speed. By around 3 weeks, kittens begin to display the earliest signs of hunting instincts. Their eyes are open, their hearing has developed, and they are beginning to move with growing confidence. At this point, you may notice a kitten creeping toward a sibling's tail, jumping at a drifting piece of fluff, or swiping at anything that moves. These simple play actions lay the groundwork for true hunting skills. In the weeks that follow, their coordination sharpens, and their movements become more deliberate. By 6 to 8 weeks, kittens are practicing more seriously, refining the stalk, the leap, the catch, and the bite. Even though domestic kittens may never have to secure their own meals, these patterns are deeply embedded. They will surface and evolve whether the kitten lives outdoors or inside a home. Giving young kittens suitable toys and chances to play is not merely for amusement. It supports their growth, allowing them to develop abilities that are vital to their well-being and identity as cats. A kitten deprived of play may grow into an adult with behavioral problems, frustrated by instincts that have no proper outlet. Cats possess a unique collarbone structure that enables them to pass through narrow spaces. One of the most remarkable qualities of cats is their ability to slip through openings that appear far too small. A cat can pass through a gap barely wider than its head, twisting its body in ways that seem almost unreal. This extraordinary flexibility is partly due to the design of the cat's collarbone. Unlike humans, whose collarbones are firmly connected within the skeleton, a cat's collarbone is small and does not form a rigid joint. Instead, it is embedded within the shoulder muscles and remains free-floating rather than acting as a solid link. This allows the shoulders to move independently and compress inward, reducing the width of the body. Combined with a highly flexible spine and the capacity to rotate both hips and shoulders, a cat can maneuver through spaces that would confine most animals of similar size. This adaptation is highly beneficial for both hunting and avoiding danger. A wild cat can follow prey into tight crevices or burrows, and it can evade predators by slipping into spaces too narrow for larger animals. For domestic cats, however, this ability can sometimes lead to trouble. Cats occasionally become stuck in places they should never have explored, yet more often this trait simply highlights the elegance and adaptability of feline anatomy. A cat's heart beats nearly twice as fast as a human's. The internal rhythms of a cat differ significantly from ours. A healthy adult human typically has a resting heart rate of about 60 to 100 beats per minute. In contrast, a cat's heart usually beats between 140 and 220 beats per minute. This faster heartbeat is completely normal and reflects the cat's smaller size and higher metabolic rate. Smaller creatures tend to have quicker heart rates than larger ones. This is because they lose heat more rapidly due to their greater surface area relative to body mass, and a faster metabolism helps maintain their body temperature. The accelerated heartbeat also supports the cat's bursts of intense activity. When a cat chases prey or engages in energetic play, its heart rate rises even further, delivering oxygen and energy to the muscles at an impressive pace. If you have ever held a cat close and felt the quick flutter of its heartbeat, you are sensing this faster rhythm, a reminder that the life within that small, warm body moves at a different tempo from your own. It is one of the many ways in which cats are both familiar and distinct, sharing our environment while experiencing it through a different biological perspective. Cats conserve their energy by sleeping for much of the day, preparing themselves for brief but intense periods of activity. The reason cats spend so much time sleeping lies in their hunting strategy. In contrast to persistence hunters, which pursue their prey across long distances, cats are ambush predators. They depend on stealth, patience, and sudden bursts of speed and strength. This method of hunting demands intense energy over very short periods, followed by long stretches of rest to recover and preserve energy. In natural environments, a cat may remain still for hours, carefully observing its surroundings and waiting for the right moment, only to explode into action in a sprint that lasts mere seconds. Even when the attempt fails, the energy spent is considerable. Sleep provides the recovery needed, preparing the cat for the next opportunity. Even domestic cats, including those that never hunt, still follow this biological pattern. Their bodies remain adapted for brief, powerful activity followed by extended rest. This is why a house cat might suddenly dash around the home at full speed, only to fall into a deep sleep shortly afterward. This behavior is not random. It reflects an ancient hunting rhythm. Recognizing this allows cat owners to offer suitable ways for their pets to release energy. Engaging in interactive play that simulates hunting, with short, intense bursts followed by calm periods, aligns with the cat's natural cycle and supports a healthier, more content animal. Cats are obligate carnivores, which means they must consume meat in order to survive. Unlike omnivores, which can obtain nutrients from both plant and animal sources, cats are obligate carnivores. Their physiology is specifically adapted to digest and extract nutrients from animal tissue, and they cannot remain healthy on a plant-based diet. This is not simply a preference, it is a biological necessity. Cats require specific nutrients found only in animal tissue, such as taurine, an amino acid vital for proper heart function and vision. Without sufficient taurine, a cat will develop severe health complications. They also need preformed vitamin A, as they cannot convert plant-based beta-carotene into vitamin A the way many other species can. In addition, cats depend on arachidonic acid, a fatty acid present in animal fats. While some animals can synthesize this internally, cats cannot and must obtain it through their diet. Their digestive systems are also specialized for a meat-based diet. Cats possess a relatively short digestive tract, highly efficient at processing protein and fat, but poorly equipped to handle plant matter. Even their teeth are adapted to this way of eating. Cats have sharp, pointed teeth suited for tearing flesh, rather than the flat molars needed to grind plant material. For anyone responsible for a cat's care, understanding that they are obligate carnivores is crucial. It requires providing a diet rich in high-quality animal protein and ensuring that their nutritional needs are met in accordance with their evolutionary design over millions of years. A cat's spine is remarkably flexible, containing more vertebrae than that of a human. One of the key reasons cats appear so agile and fluid lies in the structure of their spine. A human spine consists of 33 vertebrae, including fused segments at the base. In comparison, a cat's spine contains around 53 vertebrae, depending on the length of its tail. These vertebrae are smaller and connected more loosely than in humans, with elastic discs between them that allow for a wider range of movement. This flexibility enables cats to twist, arch, and contort their bodies in ways that appear almost fluid. If you watch a cat grooming itself, reaching around to clean the base of its tail, or observe how it can rotate its body mid-air during a fall, you are witnessing this extraordinary spinal flexibility at work. The spine's adaptability also allows a cat to extend and contract its body efficiently. A running cat stretches out, lengthening its spine to maximize stride, then compresses it to gather energy for the next leap. This produces the smooth, flowing motion characteristic of cats. The spine forms the central structure of a cat's physical capabilities, underpinning its agility, elegance, and hunting skill. It is an exceptional example of biological design, refined to create one of nature's most efficient and graceful predators. Cats exhibit a distinctive walking pattern known as direct registering, where the back paw steps almost precisely into the same spot as the front paw. If you have ever closely observed a cat walking, especially in slow motion or on a surface like mud where footprints are visible, you may have noticed this unusual pattern. The back paw lands almost exactly where the front paw was placed moments before. This behavior is called direct registering, and it serves several important functions. First, it reduces noise. By placing the back paw in a spot already tested by the front paw, the cat minimizes the risk of stepping on something that could crack or rustle, which might alert prey. Second, it enhances balance and coordination, especially when moving along narrow paths such as fences or tree branches. The front paw assesses the surface, and the back paw follows that same secure placement. This gait is nearly unique among four-legged animals. A handful of other animals use this method from time to time, but in cats, it is the norm. If you observe a cat walking slowly and with intention, you will notice the careful, efficient way each paw is placed. It may seem like a minor detail, yet it reveals the profound evolutionary refinement of the feline body. Every element of a cat's movement, from the remarkable flexibility of its spine to the precise positioning of its feet, has been shaped over millions of years for stealth, efficiency, and elegance. Domestic cats share 95% of their genetic structure with tigers. It may feel surprising that the small, softly purring animal resting on your sofa has so much in common with a tiger moving through dense jungle, but on a genetic level, the similarity is striking. House cats and tigers share roughly 95% of their DNA. This close genetic link reminds us that all cats, from the tiniest domestic companion to the largest tiger, belong to the same family, Felidae, and descend from a shared ancestor. The features that make a domestic cat effective, sharp retractable claws, heightened senses, a flexible spine, and a carnivorous diet, are the same characteristics that make a tiger one of the most powerful predators on Earth. The primary distinctions between domestic cats and large wild cats, such as tigers, lie in their size, their social behaviors, and the specific adaptations suited to their environments, but the underlying design remains the same. Watch a house cat quietly stalk a toy, and you are witnessing the same focused predatory behavior and technique that a tiger uses when hunting deer. Observe a cat grooming itself or stretching its body, and you are seeing actions that tigers also perform. This genetic closeness invites a sense of humility. It suggests that the gentle and affectionate creature sharing our living spaces is, in a very real way, a miniature tiger, carrying within it the heritage of powerful wild ancestors. Cats have been documented traveling hundreds of miles to find their way back home. There are numerous accounts of cats that, after becoming lost or being moved to unfamiliar places, have journeyed across vast distances to return. These remarkable journeys can extend over hundreds of miles, lasting weeks or even months, through unknown landscapes, crossing rivers, navigating cities, and climbing over mountains. The precise way cats manage to navigate such distances is not completely understood, but it is believed they rely on a combination of sensory abilities. Cats may depend on their highly developed sense of smell, following scent trails that are invisible and impossible for humans to perceive. They may also orient themselves using the position of the sun, recognizable landmarks, and possibly even the Earth's magnetic field. Some scientists propose that cats may possess a kind of sight trailing or an additional intuitive sense, although this idea remains uncertain. What is clear, however, is that cats form strong attachments to their territory and, in some cases, to the humans they live with. This deep attachment motivates them to undertake these demanding journeys. Not every cat is successful. The path is filled with danger, and many never make it back. Yet the fact that some do, despite overwhelming odds, speaks to the determination, resilience, and navigational skill of these extraordinary animals. These accounts remind us that although cats may appear distant or self-sufficient, they are capable of deep loyalty and connection. For a cat, home is not merely a location, it is an emotional anchor, a bond that can draw them across distances that seem almost impossible. A cat's hearing is among the most acute of any mammal. Cats are able to detect sounds at far higher frequencies than humans, and even beyond what dogs can hear. While humans typically hear up to around 20 kilohertz, cats can perceive sounds reaching 64 kilohertz or even higher. This allows them to pick up the ultrasonic communications of rodents, which often occur at frequencies beyond human awareness. For a cat, the world is filled with layers of sound that we cannot perceive. The squeak of a mouse is not simply audible, it carries rich detail, enabling the cat to identify the exact position, distance, and even the emotional condition of the animal producing the sound. This highly refined hearing is vital for hunting. Cats frequently hunt in dim light or complete darkness, where vision alone is not enough. The ability to detect even the slightest rustle of leaves or the faint, high-frequency call of prey gives them a powerful advantage. A cat's large, highly mobile ears are perfectly adapted to capture these sounds and channel them inward. Even when a cat appears relaxed or uninterested, its ears remain active, constantly rotating to detect sound, distinguishing what matters from what does not. Within a home, this means your cat is perceiving far more than you might imagine. It can detect the low buzz of electronic devices, the faint steps of neighbors through walls, and even the subtle crinkle of a plastic bag from another room. To a cat, the surrounding environment is not quiet at all, but rather a rich and layered symphony of sound. Cats tend to favor fresh, flowing water, which may explain why some are drawn to drinking from faucets. Many cat owners have observed their pets showing a clear fascination with running water. A cat might sit patiently beside a dripping tap, paw at the stream, or eagerly drink from it, all while ignoring a bowl of still water placed nearby. This behavior is deeply connected to instinct. In natural environments, moving water is typically safer to drink than stagnant sources. Still water can contain bacteria, parasites, and other harmful contaminants, whereas water from streams or springs is more likely to be clean and fresh. Over generations, cats developed a natural preference for flowing water as a survival strategy. Even domestic cats continue to carry this instinct, despite the fact that their water bowls are regularly cleaned and safe. The movement and sound of running water activates something instinctive within them, signaling that the water is fresh, safe, and suitable to drink. For this reason, many cat owners choose to purchase water fountains designed specifically for pets. These fountains provide a steady flow of water, aligning with a cat's natural inclinations and encouraging them to drink more frequently. Proper hydration is essential for a cat's well-being, especially for maintaining healthy kidney function. So, anything that promotes increased water intake is highly beneficial. The next time you notice a cat staring intently at a faucet, recognize that it is not merely curiosity at work. It is instinct, a lingering memory of wild ancestors that had to carefully select their water sources in order to survive. Some cats are born with extra toes, a condition known as polydactyly. Most cats have 18 toes, 5 on each front paw and 4 on each back paw. However, some are born with additional toes due to a genetic trait called polydactyly. These cats may have anywhere from 1 to several extra toes, most commonly appearing on the front paws. This condition is harmless and does not cause discomfort or mobility problems. In fact, some believe that polydactyl cats benefit from improved balance and climbing ability because of their broader paws. The trait is especially common in certain regions and among particular groups of cats. Historically, polydactyl cats were considered lucky by sailors, who believed their extra toes helped them maintain balance on unstable ships. Ernest Hemingway was well known for his fondness for polydactyl cats, and even today, a colony of these cats resides at his former home in Key West, Florida, where they are cared for and honored as part of his legacy. The additional toes can give a cat's paw a mitten-like shape, and some of these cats possess remarkably large paws. From a genetic perspective, this trait is caused by a dominant gene. This means that if one parent carries the polydactyl trait, there is a strong likelihood that the kittens will inherit it as well. Polydactyl cats serve as a reminder of the genetic diversity found within the domestic cat population, as well as the small, harmless variations that make each individual cat unique. A cat's average lifespan is around 12 to 15 years, though many exceed this range. The lifespan of a cat is influenced by various factors, including genetics, diet, living conditions, and access to veterinary care. On average, domestic cats live between 12 and 15 years. However, with proper care, many cats live well into their late teens, and some even reach their 20s. The oldest cat on record lived to 38 years, although such longevity is extremely rare. Indoor cats generally have longer lifespans than outdoor cats because they are protected from dangers such as traffic, predators, diseases, and harsh environmental conditions. Outdoor cats face numerous risks that can significantly reduce their lifespan. Nutrition is another critical factor. Cats that are fed high-quality, well-balanced diets tend to be healthier and enjoy longer lives. Routine veterinary care, including vaccinations, dental checkups, and early detection of potential health problems, can also significantly extend a cat's life. As cats grow older, they may become less active, sleep more, and develop conditions such as arthritis or kidney disease. Despite this, many senior cats remain attentive, affectionate, and engaged with their surroundings even in advanced age. Caring for an aging cat is a meaningful experience, offering an opportunity to return the comfort and companionship they have given over the years. It also serves as a reminder to appreciate every moment with these animals, whose lives, though shorter than ours, hold just as much value. As they age, senior cats often become even more affectionate. Many owners notice that their cats increasingly seek out human companionship and closeness as they grow older. While kittens and younger cats are typically lively and self-reliant, older cats often become more relaxed and increasingly drawn to peaceful companionship. This change happens for several reasons. As cats grow older, they may feel more fragile and begin to seek the comfort, safety, and warmth that comes from staying close to their human. They may also experience physical discomfort from age-related issues such as arthritis, and being near their human can provide a sense of relief. In addition, senior cats often come to value the stability and security of their familiar home environment and the reassuring presence of someone they trust. A cat that was once distant or independent may start to follow you from one room to another, settle more frequently in your lap, or choose to sleep beside you during the night. This growing affection is a meaningful gift, representing a bond that has strengthened over many years. It also serves as a reminder that cats are capable of change and emotional development. Their personalities are not fixed or unchanging, but continue to evolve over time, influenced by their experiences, their physical condition, and the relationships they build. Caring for an older cat and responding to their growing need for closeness and reassurance is one of the most gentle and rewarding aspects of living with these animals. Cats are crepuscular, meaning they are naturally most active during the hours of twilight. The daily rhythm of a cat is closely connected to the rising and setting of the sun. Cats are crepuscular, which means their peak activity occurs during the dim light of dawn and dusk. This behavioral pattern comes from their wild ancestors, who found these times most suitable for hunting. Many prey animals, especially rodents, are also active during these periods, making twilight the most effective time for a cat to hunt. The soft, low light allows a cat's exceptional night vision to function efficiently while also providing cover from both prey and potential dangers. In a home environment, this natural rhythm often appears as sudden bursts of energy in the early morning or evening. A cat may wake you at dawn with playful excitement or seek your attention as the sun begins to set. Recognizing this natural pattern can help cat owners adapt to their cat's instincts rather than resist them. Planning interactive play sessions during these peak times can satisfy the cat's hunting drive and help release built-up energy, leading to a calmer and more restful night. It also explains why a cat that sleeps for much of the day and becomes active at night is not being troublesome. It is simply following the internal biological rhythm that has guided felines for millions of years. Cats are capable of reaching speeds of up to 30 miles per hour in short bursts. When a cat chooses to run, its speed can be truly impressive. A domestic cat can accelerate to around 30 miles per hour, although only for brief distances. This ability comes from strong hind leg muscles, a highly flexible spine that functions like a spring, and a lightweight body structure. In the wild, such speed is crucial for capturing prey or avoiding threats. A cat's sprint is quick and explosive, designed for a final surge toward its target or a rapid escape from danger. After these intense bursts of movement, the cat needs time to rest and recover. This explains why a cat may suddenly dash through the house at full speed, only to stop and lie down moments later, breathing heavily. Compared to some animals, 30 miles per hour may not seem extraordinary. A cheetah can reach speeds of 70 miles per hour, but for a small animal weighing 10 pounds or less, this level of speed is remarkable. Combined with agility and the ability to change direction instantly, it makes cats highly efficient hunters. Watching a cat run at full speed reveals the hidden athleticism beneath its calm and sometimes lazy appearance. It offers a glimpse of the predator within, a creature built for pursuit, capable of sudden bursts of strength and elegance. The pattern on a cat's nose is unique, much like a human fingerprint. Just as every person has a distinct fingerprint, every cat possesses its own unique nose print. The tiny ridges and patterns on the surface of a cat's nose are different for each individual. No two cats share the same nose print, making it a potential method of identification, although it is rarely used in practice. The uniqueness of a cat's nose print is a subtle yet powerful reminder of individuality in the natural world. Even cats of the same breed with similar coat colors and markings are entirely unique on a genetic and physical level. This individuality extends beyond appearance to include personality, behavior, preferences, and even fine details like the nose print. When you look closely at your cat's nose, you are observing a pattern that belongs only to that one animal, a biological signature that exists nowhere else. This sense of individuality is part of what makes the connection between a human and a cat so meaningful. You are not simply caring for a generic member of a species. You are sharing your life with a truly singular creature, one that cannot be replaced, a being defined by its own personality, routines, and even the small, distinctive markings on its nose. Cats possess a unique layer within their eyes that allows them to see in very low light. The tapetum lucidum stands out as one of the most fascinating features of a cat's vision. This reflective layer lies just behind the retina and functions almost like a mirror, bouncing light back through the photoreceptor cells. By doing so, it gives the retina a second opportunity to absorb light, effectively increasing the amount available and enabling cats to see in conditions where humans would be nearly blind. The tapetum lucidum is also the reason a cat's eyes appear to glow when light hits them in darkness. What you see as that eerie shine is simply light reflecting off this layer and returning outward from the eye. The color of this glow can differ, appearing green, gold, or blue, depending on the minerals present in the tapetum and the angle at which the light strikes it. This feature is common among nocturnal and crepuscular animals, yet in cats it is especially refined. Together with the large number of rod cells in their retina, which are responsible for detecting light and motion, the tapetum lucidum turns cats into highly efficient hunters in dim environments. They can move, stalk, and play in lighting conditions where humans would be disoriented and ineffective. It is one of many traits that allow cats to flourish in the in-between hours of day and night, within that soft twilight where they are most comfortable. Cats rely on their whiskers to judge spaces and find their way in darkness. These whiskers are far more than simple decorative hairs. They are extremely sensitive sensory tools that give a cat essential information about its surroundings. Scientifically known as vibrissae, whiskers are rooted deeply in the skin and surrounded by a network of nerves and blood vessels. Each whisker connects directly to the nervous system and can register even the faintest touch or subtle shifts in air movement. This sensitivity makes them invaluable for navigation, particularly in low-light conditions. As a cat moves through its environment, its whiskers can detect nearby objects without physical contact, helping it avoid obstacles and pass through tight spaces. The whiskers on a cat's face are usually about as wide as its body, allowing the animal to determine whether it can fit through a gap. If the whiskers brush against both sides of an opening, the cat understands that its body will not pass through. Cats also have whiskers positioned above their eyes, which trigger a reflexive blink when something approaches too closely, and whiskers located on the backs of their front legs that help them sense the position of prey they have already caught. Without these whiskers, a cat would have difficulty moving with confidence, especially in dim environments. These specialized hairs are vital instruments that help cats interpret and interact with the world around them. A cat may present you with prey as a form of affection or even as an attempt to teach. One of the more puzzling behaviors for cat owners is receiving a gift in the form of a dead mouse, bird, or insect placed at the doorstep, or sometimes even on the bed. Although this may feel unpleasant, it is important to view the behavior from the cat's perspective. There are several explanations for why cats bring prey to their humans. One possibility is that the cat is sharing its catch, much like members of a feline group share food among themselves. Offering prey may indicate that the cat considers you part of its social circle. Another explanation is that the cat is trying to teach you how to hunt. Mother cats bring prey to their kittens as part of their learning process, and since many cats seem to perceive their humans as somewhat unskilled members of the group, they may be attempting to help by providing a lesson. A third reason could be that the cat simply carries its catch back to a place it considers safe, its home territory. where it feels secure enough to eat or play with it. Regardless of the exact reason, this behavior is rooted in instinct and social connection. While it may be uncomfortable to deal with, it is actually a form of complement. The cat is including you in its world and sharing something it finds valuable. Reacting with anger or disgust can confuse and even distress the cat. A calmer response, gently redirecting the behavior and quietly disposing of the prey while acknowledging the cat's intention, is the most compassionate approach. Many cats do not enjoy having their belly touched, even if they expose it. One of the most frequent misunderstandings between humans and cats involves the belly. A cat may roll onto its back, revealing its soft and vulnerable underside, and a human often interprets this as an invitation for petting. However, when the human reaches out, the cat may suddenly seize the hand with all four paws and bite. What exactly went wrong? In the language of cats, revealing the belly is a gesture of trust and ease, not automatically an invitation to be touched. The belly is among the most delicate and exposed areas of a cat's body, and most cats instinctively guard it. When a cat rolls over and shows its belly, it is communicating, "I feel secure with you. I believe you will not harm me." It is not communicating, "Please touch my belly." For certain cats, any attempt to touch this area can trigger a defensive reaction. The cat suddenly feels exposed and responds by grabbing or biting, not out of hostility, but as a natural instinct for self-protection. That said, some cats genuinely enjoy belly rubs, and the only reliable way to discover if your cat is one of them is through attentive observation and gradual, careful testing. If a cat presents its belly, begin by gently petting its head or back. If the cat remains calm and perhaps even nudges its belly closer to you, it may be receptive to a soft belly rub. However, if the cat's ears flatten or its tail begins to flick or twitch, it is best to respect that limit and simply admire the belly from afar. Cats possess an exceptionally refined sense of balance, largely due to the structure of their inner ear. The elegance and agility that define a cat are supported by a highly advanced equilibrium system. This ability is centered in the vestibular system, which resides within the inner ear. The vestibular system detects both the position and motion of the head, helping the cat maintain stability and orientation. In cats, this system is remarkably developed, delivering fast and precise information about the body's position in space. This is what enables a cat to move confidently along a narrow fence, to jump accurately from one surface to another, and to land on its feet after falling. The vestibular system works together with the cat's flexible spine, powerful muscles, and low center of gravity, forming an animal that is extraordinarily sure-footed. When a cat falls, the vestibular system instantly determines which direction is up, and the body reacts by twisting mid-air, so the feet face downward. This righting reflex is instinctive and begins to form when kittens are only a few weeks old. The sense of balance is so essential to a cat's nature that any disruption in the inner ear can be extremely confusing and distressing, interfering with its ability to walk, jump, and move through its environment. For a healthy cat, balance operates quietly and constantly, guiding every motion with seamless precision. A cat's pupils can shift from narrow slits to wide circles, depending on both lighting and emotional state. One of the most expressive features of a cat is its eyes, especially the pupils. In bright conditions, the pupils contract into thin vertical slits, protecting the sensitive retina from excessive light. In low light, the pupils expand into large, rounded shapes, allowing as much light as possible to enter the eye. This wide range in pupil size is crucial for a cat's ability to function effectively in different lighting environments. However, pupil size is not only influenced by light, it also reflects the cat's emotional condition. When a cat is stimulated, whether through play, fear, or aggression, its pupils may dilate significantly, even in bright surroundings. This dilation is part of the adrenaline response, preparing the cat for action by maximizing visual intake. On the other hand, a calm and content cat may display narrower pupils, even when the lighting is relatively dim. Learning to interpret a cat's pupils, along with other body language signals, can reveal much about what the cat is experiencing and thinking. Large, dilated pupils may indicate excitement or fear. Narrow pupils can signal calmness or, when paired with flattened ears and a whipping tail, possible aggression. The eyes truly serve as a window into a cat's inner world, constantly shifting in response to emotion and environment. Cats have lived alongside humans for nearly 10,000 years. The bond between cats and humans is ancient, reaching back approximately 10,000 years to the early days of agriculture. As humans began to settle and cultivate crops, they stored grain, which naturally attracted rodents. Wild cats, drawn by this abundance of prey, started visiting these early settlements. Over time, humans recognized the benefit of having cats nearby to control rodent populations, while the cats gained access to consistent hunting opportunities and, eventually, scraps of food and shelter provided by humans. This was not domestication in the traditional sense, where humans deliberately breed animals for specific characteristics. Instead, it was a gradual, mutual relationship that developed over time. Cats that were less fearful of humans and more comfortable living in close proximity were the ones that thrived in these environments. Across many generations, these characteristics gradually became more widespread, eventually giving rise to the domestic cats we recognize today. Interestingly, cats are not as completely domesticated as dogs. They still preserve a significant degree of independence and retain many of their natural, wild instincts. This dual nature is part of what makes them so captivating. They share their lives with us as companions. Yet deep within, they remain wild, carrying the heritage of solitary hunters who once approached human campfires thousands of years ago. A cat's purr is created by rapid vibrations of muscles located in the larynx. The sound of a cat purring is among the most calming and intriguing sounds found in nature. For many years, scientists debated how exactly cats were able to produce this sound. It is now understood that purring results from the rapid contraction and relaxation of muscles within the larynx, also known as the voice box. These muscles repeatedly open and close the space between the vocal cords, called the glottis, at a rate of 25 to 50 times per second. As the cat inhales and exhales, air moves through the vibrating larynx, producing the familiar low, rumbling sound we recognize as a purr. What makes this even more remarkable is that cats can maintain this sound continuously while breathing, unlike most vocalizations that depend on a specific breathing pattern. This ability allows a cat to purr while eating, while being stroked, and even during the process of giving birth. The purr is not a single uniform sound, but rather a range of frequencies and rhythms that can express different emotional states. A soft, steady purr typically signals comfort and relaxation. A louder or more insistent purr may indicate a request for food or attention. Some cats also purr when they feel stressed or are in pain, using the vibration as a way to calm themselves. In this sense, purring serves as a form of communication, allowing cats to express how they feel and to connect with others, whether fellow cats or human companions. A cat's whiskers can also reveal its emotional state, moving forward when it is curious and flattening when it feels afraid. Whiskers are not only sensory instruments, but also visible indicators of mood. When a cat is interested or investigating something, its whiskers extend forward, reaching outward to gather as much information as possible. This forward position helps the cat detect objects more precisely, which is especially useful when exploring something unfamiliar or preparing to hunt. When a cat feels calm and content, its whiskers remain in a neutral position, gently framing its face. When the cat becomes frightened or defensive, its whiskers flatten against its cheeks. This serves as a protective response, pulling these sensitive structures out of potential danger and reducing the cat's visible profile. At the same time, it sends a clear signal to observers that the cat is feeling threatened. Learning to interpret the position of a cat's whiskers, along with other body language cues, can significantly improve communication between humans and cats. It enables you to respond appropriately to the cat's emotions, offering reassurance when it is anxious, engaging playfully when it is curious, or giving it space when it feels afraid. Whiskers are constantly conveying information, offering a continuous insight into the cat's inner state. Some cats are more vocal than others, with both breed and personality influencing this trait. The degree to which a cat vocalizes can vary greatly from one individual to another. Some cats are very talkative, meowing often to communicate with their human companions, expressing opinions about everything from feeding time to the surrounding environment. Others are much quieter, relying mostly on body language and only vocalizing in certain situations. Breed plays an important role in determining how vocal a cat may be. Siamese and Oriental breeds are especially known for their talkative nature, often producing loud and persistent vocalizations. They frequently appear to hold conversations with their owners, responding to interaction and clearly expressing their needs. On the opposite end, breeds such as the British Shorthair or the Norwegian Forest Cat are generally more reserved and less vocal. However, personality is just as important as breed. Within any breed, there are both vocal and quiet individuals. Some cats learn that meowing leads to results, bringing food or attention, and they use it regularly. Others discover that their needs are met without making noise, and so they remain mostly silent. For those who enjoy an interactive and expressive bond with their pet, a vocal cat can be especially engaging. For those who prefer a calmer, quieter companion, a less vocal cat may be the better choice. Recognizing and valuing the way your cat communicates, whether it is vocal and expressive or quiet and reserved, is an important part of honoring its unique personality. Cats may knead, often called making biscuits, on soft surfaces when they feel comfortable and at ease. There are few sights more charming than a cat kneading, rhythmically pressing its paws into something soft, such as a blanket, a cushion, or even your lap. This behavior, often referred to as making biscuits, because it resembles the motion of kneading dough, is deeply rooted in early life. When kittens nurse, they press their paws against their mother's belly to encourage the flow of milk. Over time, this action becomes associated with warmth, safety, and nourishment. As they grow older, many cats continue this behavior, kneading when they feel especially calm and content. Some will knead just before lying down to rest, shaping a cozy place to sleep. Others may knead directly on their human companions, which is a clear sign of affection and deep trust. In these moments, the cat is linking you to the sense of comfort and security it once experienced with its mother. Some cats will purr loudly while kneading, and a few may even drool slightly. So deeply are they immersed in that feeling of relaxation and happiness. Although the pressure from a cat's claws can sometimes feel uncomfortable, it is important to understand that this behavior is not aggressive. It is simply an expression of contentment. You can gently guide the cat toward kneading a blanket or provide a softer surface, but it is essential never to punish a cat for kneading. It is a delicate and vulnerable behavior, and reacting harshly can harm the bond of trust between you and your cat. Cats often follow their humans from one room to another, driven by curiosity or affection. If you have ever noticed your cat walking behind you as you move around your home, you may have wondered about the reason behind it. Is the cat keeping an eye on you? Is it simply bored? In most cases, the answer is a blend of curiosity, affection, and social connection. Cats are more social than they are often thought to be, and many develop strong emotional bonds with their human companions. Following you is a way for the cat to remain connected, to stay involved in what is happening, and to make sure it does not miss anything interesting. It also reflects a sense of trust. A cat that follows you feels secure in your presence and enjoys being near you. Sometimes the cat may be seeking interaction, perhaps hoping for playtime or gentle petting, or it may simply wish to stay close without any particular purpose. This behavior is especially common in cats that have formed a strong bond with their humans, seeing them as a source of comfort and companionship. Even more independent cats, who may not frequently seek physical affection, often prefer to be in the same room as their humans, quietly observing from a distance. The presence of a familiar human creates a feeling of safety and consistency, something reassuring in the cat's world. A cat's purr can have a calming effect on humans and may even help lower blood pressure. For centuries, people have noticed the soothing qualities of a cat's purr, and modern studies are beginning to support what many cat owners have always believed. Petting a purring cat can reduce stress, decrease blood pressure, and encourage a sense of relaxation and well-being. The steady vibration of the purr, combined with the gentle, repetitive motion of stroking soft fur, can create a meditative and calming experience. A cat's purr usually falls between 25 and 50 Hz, a frequency range that has been associated with tissue healing and pain reduction in both cats and humans. Some research even suggests that these vibrations may contribute to improved bone strength and assist in the healing of injuries such as fractures. Although further research is needed to fully understand how this works, the benefits are evident to anyone who has ever felt stress fade away while holding a purring cat. The purr is something like a gift that cats share, a sound of contentment that extends beyond them, gently affecting the person who hears and feels it. In a world filled with noise and tension, simply sitting quietly with a purring cat can offer a deep and meaningful sense of peace. Cats devote a significant portion of their waking hours to hunting or to behaviors that imitate hunting through play. Even cats that have never experienced hunger and have never needed to hunt still possess a strong instinct to do so. This instinct does not disappear just because food is readily available. Instead, it finds expression through play. For indoor cats, toys serve as substitutes for prey. A feather wand can imitate the movement of a bird. A toy mouse sliding across the floor becomes something to stalk, while a rolling ball that moves unpredictably can represent fleeing prey. Taking part in these play activities is not merely for amusement. It plays a crucial role in maintaining both the mental and physical well-being of the cat. Through play, a cat rehearses the very abilities it would rely on in the wild, refining its reflexes, preserving muscle strength, and fulfilling deeply rooted instincts. When a cat is denied chances to engage in hunting behaviors, even in playful form, it may become bored and frustrated, sometimes developing behavioral issues such as aggression or destructive tendencies. Interactive play sessions, in which a human moves a toy in ways that imitate the unpredictable motion of prey, offer a healthy release for this stored energy. The cat creeps, pursues, leaps, and captures, gaining the rewarding feeling of a successful hunt. Offering this kind of stimulation is among the most essential responsibilities of a cat owner in supporting their pet's well-being. A cat's claws continue to grow and are shed in layers over time. Similar to human fingernails, a cat's claws grow continuously throughout its life. Unlike our nails, which we cut, cats maintain their claws through a natural shedding process. The outer layer of the claw, once it becomes dull or damaged, peels away to uncover a fresh, sharp claw beneath. This explains why you may sometimes notice small, translucent claw coverings around your home, especially near scratching posts or in places where your cat frequently scratches. Scratching fulfills several important functions. It helps remove the old outer sheath of the claw. It also marks territory, both through visible scratch marks and through scent released by glands located in the paws. Additionally, it provides a satisfying stretch for the muscles in the legs, shoulders, and back. Because claw growth and shedding never stop, scratching remains a lifelong behavior. Cats require appropriate places to scratch, such as scratching posts, cat trees, or designated surfaces. Attempting to prevent a cat from scratching entirely is not only ineffective, but also unfair to the animal. It is comparable to asking a person never to trim their nails. Instead, the aim should be to provide suitable alternatives and gently guide the cat away from scratching inappropriate items. Recognizing the biological need behind scratching allows for more understanding and compassionate management of this behavior. A startled cat may arch its back and puff out its fur to make itself appear larger. When a cat becomes frightened or senses danger, its body can change dramatically. It arches its spine into a pronounced curve, turns sideways to appear bigger, and raises its fur, a reaction known as piloerection. The tail expands into a bristling bottle brush shape, and the cat may stand on its toes to increase its apparent size. This display is meant to make the cat look as large and intimidating as possible, a defensive bluff designed to discourage a potential threat. In the wild, appearing larger can mean the difference between avoiding conflict and suffering injury. Although domestic cats rarely encounter such dangers, the instinct still persists. The arched posture and raised fur can be triggered by anything the cat perceives as threatening, whether it is a sudden loud noise or the presence of an unfamiliar animal. It is important to understand that this behavior signals fear rather than aggression, though a frightened cat may strike if it feels trapped. The most appropriate response is to remove the source of fear when possible and give the cat space and time to relax. Speaking gently, moving slowly, and allowing the cat to retreat to a secure place can help restore its sense of safety. The arched back and puffed fur offer insight into the cat's emotional state, indicating a need for reassurance and calm. Cats use a specialized hunting method known as the stalk and pounce. A cat's hunting pattern follows a structured sequence that has been perfected over millions of years. It begins with stalking, during which the cat moves quietly and deliberately, keeping its body low and its gaze fixed on the target. The cat pauses often, judging distance and timing. This is not hesitation, but precise calculation. Every muscle is coiled, every sense alert. The tail may flick slightly, the only movement as the cat inches forward. Then comes the pounce. In a sudden burst of force, the cat lunges ahead, covering the gap in a fraction of a second. Its front paws stretch outward, claws extended, ready to seize the prey. If the attack succeeds, the cat delivers a bite, usually aimed at the back of the neck, severing the spinal cord and ending the prey's life quickly. This method is both efficient and effective, reducing the risk of injury to the cat while increasing the likelihood of a successful capture. Domestic cats continue to rehearse this sequence constantly, even during play. A toy pulled slowly across the floor can awaken a cat's instinct to stalk, and soon after, the leap inevitably follows. Observing a cat in this moment, whether it is chasing real prey or simply playing with an object, is like witnessing a natural hunter in action, each motion deliberate, controlled, and filled with intent. Cats frequently choose to rest in sunlit areas because they are naturally drawn to warmth. One of the most recognizable sights is a cat curled peacefully in a beam of sunlight, soaking in its gentle heat. Cats have a strong preference for warm environments, and this preference is grounded in both their biology and their need for comfort. A cat's normal body temperature is slightly higher than that of a human, usually ranging between 101 and 102.5 degrees Fahrenheit. To keep this temperature stable without using excessive energy, cats instinctively look for warm places. Sunlight offers a natural source of radiant heat, warming the body and helping the cat relax more completely. In addition, warmth has a calming effect on muscles and joints, which can be especially beneficial for older cats that may experience stiffness or discomfort. This attraction to sunny locations may also stem from the instincts of their ancestors who lived in desert environments and would bask in sunlight during cooler times of the day. For cats that live indoors, sunny windowsills or bright patches of floor become favorite resting spots. As the sunlight shifts throughout the day, it is common to see a cat reposition itself, quietly following the warmth from one place to another. Allowing a cat access to these warm, sunlit spaces is a simple yet meaningful way to improve its well-being, providing comfort and satisfaction without requiring much effort from the owner. A cat's tail plays a vital role in maintaining balance during movement. Although it is often seen as purely expressive or decorative, the tail serves an essential physical purpose as well. The tail functions as a counterweight, enabling the cat to stay balanced when walking along narrow paths, making quick turns, or performing complex jumps. When a cat moves along a fence or a thin ledge, the tail sways gently from side to side, subtly adjusting the center of gravity and helping prevent a fall. During a jump, the tail contributes extra control and helps guide the direction of movement. If a cat falls, the tail becomes part of the intricate system that allows it to twist midair and land on its feet. It is also crucial during fast chases and sudden changes in direction, which often occur during hunting or play. Even cats with short tails or no tails at all, such as those of the Manx breed, can maintain balance through other physical adaptations, yet the tail remains an undeniably valuable tool. Watching a cat in motion, paying attention to the small, precise adjustments of its tail, reveals just how important this feature is to its agility and elegance. The tail is far more than an ornament. It is actively involved in nearly every movement the cat makes. Many cats are drawn to high resting places because these positions offer both security and a sense of control. In nature, height often means safety. A cat perched high in a tree or on a rocky ledge is less vulnerable to ground-based predators and gains a clear view of its surroundings. This instinct remains strong in domestic cats, which often seek out the highest available spots in their homes. The top of a bookshelf, a cat tree, or even the back of a sofa can become elevated vantage points from which a cat observes its territory. From such heights, a cat can quietly watch everything happening around it, keeping track of movement within the home and staying alert to anything unusual or interesting. Elevated spaces also provide a retreat when the cat needs distance. If it feels overwhelmed by an energetic dog, a visiting child, or too much activity, it can climb to a high place where it feels secure. Creating vertical spaces, such as cat trees, shelves, or cleared surfaces, is an important way to enrich a cat's environment. These options allow the cat to express natural instincts, reduce stress, and choose where it feels most comfortable. A cat that has access to elevated spaces is often more relaxed, more confident, and generally more content. Cats possess a third eyelid that helps shield and hydrate the eye. Most people recognize the upper and lower eyelids of a cat, yet many do not realize there is also a third one, known as the nictitating membrane. This delicate, semi-transparent layer sits in the inner corner of the eye and can move horizontally across the surface, offering additional protection while keeping the eye moist. In a healthy feline, this third eyelid is typically hidden, resting quietly in the inner corner of the eye. It may briefly appear when the cat is deeply relaxed, just waking from sleep or during a slow, gentle blink. However, if it remains visible for extended periods, partially covering the eye, it can indicate underlying issues, such as illness, injury, or dehydration. This third eyelid performs several essential roles. It acts as a protective barrier against dust, debris, and potential harm, especially when the cat moves through thick vegetation or becomes involved in a confrontation. It also helps spread tears evenly over the eye's surface, maintaining moisture and cleanliness. The presence of a third eyelid is not unique to cats. Many animals, including birds, reptiles, and certain mammals, share this feature. It stands as a reminder of the deep evolutionary connections between species, an ancient adaptation that has endured because it continues to function effectively. Cats may groom their humans by licking them, and this behavior is a sign of affection. If your cat licks you on your hand, arm, or even your face, it is participating in a behavior known as allogrooming. Within cat groups and among closely bonded companions, mutual grooming is a common social activity. It helps reinforce relationships, express care, and maintain cleanliness. When a cat licks you, it is treating you as part of its social circle, offering the same attention it would give to another trusted cat. Although the rough texture of a cat's tongue may feel slightly uncomfortable to human skin, the intention behind the action is gentle and affectionate. The cat is transferring its scent to you, strengthening the connection and demonstrating trust. Some cats engage in this behavior frequently, while others seldom do. This difference depends on individual temperament, Not every cat shows affection in the same way. Some prefer to sit nearby, blink slowly, or bring small offerings instead. Recognizing that licking is a form of bonding and a sign of appreciation can help you understand and value the gesture, even if it feels unusual. It is one of the many natural ways cats communicate affection within their own behavioral language. Cats have long been linked to superstition and beliefs about witchcraft. Across history, cats have often been surrounded by myths and superstitions, particularly in Europe during the Middle Ages. Black cats especially were frequently associated with witchcraft. Many believed that witches could transform into cats, or that cats acted as familiars, supernatural companions, assisting those who practiced magic. This belief led to widespread persecution of cats, especially black ones, which were often killed alongside individuals accused of witchcraft. Ironically, the large-scale killing of cats may have worsened the spread of the bubonic plague, as rat populations, no longer kept in check by cats, grew rapidly. Over time, cultural views of cats differed greatly. In some regions, cats were considered omens of misfortune, particularly when a black cat crossed one's path. In other cultures, however, cats were seen as symbols of good luck, protectors of households, and bringers of prosperity. In Japan, the maneki neko, or beckoning cat, is widely believed to attract wealth and success. Despite a past shaped by superstition, cats have persisted and flourished. Today, they rank among the most cherished pets around the world. Their mysterious qualities now admired as part of their appeal rather than feared. While old superstitions have faded, the fascination with cats remains as strong as ever. A cat may show you its rear as a sign of friendly greeting. One behavior that often confuses new cat owners is when a cat approaches, turns around, and presents its rear end directly toward them. While this may seem impolite or unpleasant from a human perspective, in feline communication, it is actually a sign of friendliness and trust. When cats greet one another, they often smell each other's rear areas to gather information through scent. The anal glands located there provide important details about identity, health, and even emotional state. By presenting its rear to you, the cat is sharing this information, essentially communicating, "Here I am, this is who I am." This action reflects openness and confidence. Although humans do not interpret scent in the same way, the cat does not recognize this difference. It is simply acting on instinct, interacting with you as it would with another cat. It considers part of its social world. The proper reaction is not to pull away in disgust, but to recognize the greeting in a manner the cat can interpret, perhaps by gently stroking its back or head, or by offering a slow, relaxed blink. With patience over time, you can carefully guide the cat to present its side or head instead. But recognizing the meaning behind the action helps preserve and strengthen the connection. It is yet another illustration of how cats express themselves through their own unique form of communication. And learning to understand that language is essential for building a balanced and harmonious relationship. Cats possess a deeply ingrained hunting instinct, even if they have never encountered real prey. This instinct is innate, meaning it exists from birth and does not rely on learning or direct experience to develop. A kitten raised completely indoors without ever seeing a mouse or a bird will still display hunting behaviors when exposed to the right triggers. The movement of something small and quick, whether it is a toy, an insect, or even a dangling piece of string, activates the instinct to stalk and leap. This happens because the neural circuits responsible for hunting are embedded within the cat's brain. They are not something that needs to be taught. However, while the instinct itself is present from the beginning, the refinement of these abilities does improve with practice, and in natural settings, through watching the mother and interacting with siblings. A cat that has never hunted may lack efficiency compared to one that has, but the urge and the fundamental movement patterns are always present. This explains why even well-fed domestic cats continue to display hunting behaviors. It is not driven by hunger, but by the need to satisfy a deep biological impulse. Understanding this allows cat owners to provide appropriate outlets for that instinct. Interactive play that simulates hunting, giving the cat the opportunity to stalk, chase, pounce, and capture a toy, fulfills this drive in a safe and controlled way, resulting in a more content and emotionally balanced animal. Cats often appear more active at night due to their predatory nature, although domestic cats have partially adapted to human routines. Many still show peak activity during dawn and dusk, a pattern inherited from their wild ancestors. This crepuscular rhythm can sometimes extend into nighttime hours, giving the impression that cats are more nocturnal than they actually are. The reason behind this increased nighttime activity is rooted in the cat's evolutionary role as a hunter. Many of the creatures cats naturally prey upon, especially small rodents, are also active during twilight and nighttime periods. Hunting when prey is most available, and when dim light provides an advantage, has shaped the cat's internal rhythm over millions of years. For indoor cats, this can appear as sudden bursts of energy late at night or very early in the morning, often referred to as the midnight zoomies. The cat may dash through the house, leap at invisible targets, and engage in energetic play. While this behavior can interrupt human sleep, it is simply the cat acting in accordance with its natural instincts. Providing interactive play sessions in the evening, before bedtime, can help expend the cat's energy and bring its activity cycle closer to human waking hours. Understanding and adjusting to a cat's natural rhythms encourages a more peaceful coexistence. A cat's coat color can sometimes offer clues about its personality or breed background. Although it is unwise to make broad generalizations, there are some intriguing associations between coat color and certain traits, though these connections are more closely related to breed characteristics than to color alone. For instance, orange or ginger cats are frequently described as especially friendly and outgoing. This may be because orange coloring appears more often in breeds known for sociable temperaments, and also because the gene responsible for orange coloration is linked to the X chromosome, making orange cats more commonly male, and male cats are often perceived as more outgoing. Calico and tortoiseshell cats, which are almost always female due to the genetics behind their coloration, are sometimes said to exhibit tortitude, a lively, independent, and occasionally strong-willed personality. Again, this is not a strict rule, but rather an observation commonly shared by many cat owners. Black cats, despite a long history of superstition surrounding them, are often described as affectionate and gentle companions. White cats with blue eyes may have a higher likelihood of deafness due to genetic factors, which can influence how they behave and interact with their surroundings. These are general patterns, and every cat is ultimately an individual. Still, understanding the possible genetic background or breed tendencies linked to certain coat colors can provide helpful insight into a cat's temperament. In the end, personality is shaped by a combination of genetics, early life experiences, and environment rather than coat color alone. Cats have even traveled into space, with the first feline astronaut launched in 1963. The story of cats in space represents a small yet captivating part of the broader history of space exploration. On October 18, 1963, France sent a cat named Félicette into space as part of a scientific program designed to study the effects of space travel on living organisms. Félicette, sometimes known in official records as Astrocat, she was a small black and white stray discovered in Paris. Scientists equipped her with electrodes in order to track her neurological activity during the mission. The flight itself was short, lasting only 15 minutes, during which Félicette experienced approximately 5 minutes of weightlessness before the capsule descended safely back to Earth by parachute. She survived the journey and provided important data that helped researchers better understand how the brain behaves in a zero-gravity environment. Unfortunately, a few months later, Félicette was euthanized so that scientists could examine her brain in detail. For many years, her role in advancing science went largely unrecognized, but in more recent times, interest in her story has grown again. In 2018, a statue was revealed in her honor, acknowledging her as the first and only cat to have journeyed into space. Félicette's story serves as a poignant reminder of the many animals that have played a role in humanity's exploration of space, often paying a significant price themselves. A cat's memory can reach back several years, especially when it comes to meaningful places or experiences. Cats possess remarkable long-term memory, particularly when events or environments carry strong emotional weight. A cat that once lived in a certain home as a kitten may still remember it years later if it returns, moving through the space as if it were familiar. In the same way, a cat can retain memories of distressing experiences, such as a trip to the veterinarian or a frightening encounter with a dog, and may respond with fear or avoidance long after the event has passed. This ability to remember over long periods is vital for survival. In natural settings, a cat must recall where dependable food sources can be found, identify safe hiding places, and recognize the territories of competing cats. It also needs to distinguish between situations that are dangerous and those that are safe. Even domestic cats maintain this memory capacity, storing information that helps guide their behavior and decisions. This is why early life experiences are so significant. A kitten that experiences positive interactions with humans, dogs, and other cats during its critical socialization window, typically between 2 and 7 weeks of age, is far more likely to grow into a confident and well-balanced adult. On the other hand, a kitten exposed to fear or pain during this sensitive period may carry those memories and associated anxieties throughout its life. Recognizing the strength of memory in cats encourages us to provide them with positive experiences and treat them with patience and kindness, understanding that what they experience today may stay with them for many years. Cats can recognize their owner's voice, though they may choose not to respond. One of the endearing and sometimes puzzling traits of living with a cat is its selective reaction to human communication. Research has demonstrated that cats are capable of distinguishing their owner's voice from that of unfamiliar people. When recordings of different individuals calling their name were played, cats showed subtle signs of recognition, such as moving their ears or turning their heads. When they heard their owner's voice, these responses were often more noticeable. However, many cats did not approach or vocalize, even when they clearly recognized who was calling. This behavior is not due to a lack of intelligence or a weaker bond compared to dogs. Rather, it reflects the independent nature of cats. In the wild, cats are solitary hunters that do not depend on group coordination in the same way dogs do. They have not undergone thousands of years of selective breeding to respond immediately to human commands. A cat that hears its name and decides not to come is not being disobedient. It is simply expressing its independence. The cat understands the call, but chooses whether or not the moment requires a response. This independence is one of the qualities many people admire in cats. They are not submissive creatures. Instead, they are companions who act according to their own will. And when they do decide to respond, to come closer, to seek your presence, it feels more meaningful precisely because it was their own choice. The ancient Egyptians grieved deeply for their cats, sometimes shaving their eyebrows as a sign of sorrow. In ancient Egypt, the passing of a household cat was treated as a serious and emotional event. When a cat died, family members would shave their eyebrows to show their grief, making their loss visible to others. The cat's body would then be carefully mummified, wrapped in linen, and sometimes placed inside decorated coffins or containers. These mummified cats were laid to rest in special cemeteries, often accompanied by offerings such as food and even small mummified mice to sustain them in the afterlife. The careful attention and ceremonial practices surrounding the passing of a cat reveal the profound respect the Egyptians had for these animals. Cats were not simply household companions or useful creatures. They were regarded as sacred beings, linked to the divine, worthy of dignity and reverence, both in life and after death. Although such customs may seem excessive from a modern perspective, they reflect a way of thinking in which animals were believed to hold spiritual importance. In the present day, while we no longer preserve our cats in such elaborate ways, many people still feel deep sorrow when a feline companion passes away. The connection between humans and cats can be strong and long-lasting, and grieving that loss is both natural and emotionally healthy. The ancient Egyptians recognized something that still holds true, that cats are not merely animals. They are companions, members of the family, and for some, a link to something beyond the ordinary. A cat's paws are remarkably sensitive and capable of detecting subtle vibrations through the ground. A cat's paws serve far more purposes than simple movement. They function as highly responsive, tactile structures that gather detailed information about their surroundings. Within the paw pads are numerous nerve endings that allow cats to sense texture, temperature, and even the faintest vibrations. This heightened sensitivity enables cats to move with near silence and adjust their footing across uneven terrain. The pads also allow them to perceive vibrations traveling through the ground, alerting them to nearby prey even when it is hidden from sight. Beyond their sensitivity, these paw pads also contain scent glands. When a cat scratches a surface, it is not only leaving visible marks, but also releasing scent from these glands, marking the object as part of its territory. The paws also play a crucial role in grooming. Cats often lick their paws and then use them to clean their faces and ears, areas they cannot reach directly with their tongues. The flexibility and sensitivity of a cat's paws make them highly adaptable tools, essential for hunting, climbing, grooming, and communication. Observing a cat using its paws, whether swatting at a toy, kneading a blanket, or gently touching your hand, reveals a tool of extraordinary precision and delicacy. Cats sometimes display a slow blink as a sign of trust and affection. The slow blink is one of the most delicate and meaningful ways cats communicate with humans. When a cat looks toward you and slowly closes its eyes, pauses briefly, and then opens them again, it is expressing trust and warmth. In feline communication, direct and prolonged staring can be interpreted as a threat or challenge. By offering a slow blink, the cat is essentially conveying, "I feel safe with you. I trust you enough to relax and close my eyes while you are near." This behavior is often referred to as a cat kiss, and it can be returned. If you gently meet a cat's gaze and slowly blink in return, many cats will respond in the same way, creating a quiet and mutual exchange of trust. This method of communication is especially helpful with shy or anxious cats, as it is non-invasive and respects their personal space. Unlike reaching out to touch or pick up a cat, which involves physical contact and can sometimes feel overwhelming, a slow blink offers a calm and distant way to show kindness. Though simple, this gesture can strengthen the bond between a person and a cat, building trust and connection through a form of communication that goes beyond spoken language. A well-socialized cat feels at ease in a range of situations and with different people. Socialization is an essential stage in a cat's development, particularly during its earliest months. Between approximately 2 to 7 weeks of age, kittens are especially open to new experiences, and what they encounter during this time greatly influences their behavior and comfort as adults. A kitten that is gently handled by various people, introduced to different sounds, environments, and experiences, and allowed positive interactions with other animals, is more likely to develop into a confident and well-adjusted cat. On the other hand, a kitten that grows up in isolation, experiences rough handling, or is exposed only to a limited environment, may become fearful, withdrawn, or even aggressive when faced with unfamiliar situations. Although the most critical phase occurs before 7 weeks, socialization does not stop there. Cats remain capable of learning and adapting throughout their lives, even if it requires greater patience and time. For adult cats that did not receive proper socialization as kittens, gradual exposure to new situations, combined with positive reinforcement and careful attention to their comfort, can help them build confidence over time. A cat that has been properly socialized is truly a pleasure to share a home with, at ease in a variety of environments, calm in the presence of guests, and capable of adjusting to shifts in daily life. This ease does not happen by chance. It is the result of careful nurturing and attention during those vital early weeks of development. Cats possess an exceptional ability to conceal illness, a characteristic passed down from their wild ancestors. In the natural world, showing signs of weakness or sickness can be life-threatening. Predators often single out the vulnerable, and within social groups, individuals that cannot keep pace may be left behind. Because of this, cats have developed the ability to mask any indication of injury or disease for as long as they can. This deeply ingrained instinct remains present in domestic cats, making it difficult for owners to recognize when something is wrong. A cat that is ill may still eat, groom itself, and move about as usual, only revealing how serious the condition is once it has progressed significantly. Small and subtle behavioral changes, such as hiding more often, alterations in eating or litter box habits, reduced grooming, or differences in vocal sounds, can serve as early warning signs. For this reason, cat owners must remain attentive and familiar with their pet's usual behavior in order to notice when something feels different. Routine veterinary visits are equally essential, as professionals can identify problems that may not yet be obvious. Realizing that cats conceal illness not because of a flaw, but as a survival mechanism encourages us to be more aware and proactive in caring for their well-being. It serves as a reminder that caring for a cat involves listening to the quiet messages they communicate, paying attention to the smallest shifts that may signal discomfort or distress. A cat's perception of time is closely linked to patterns and environmental signals. Although cats do not comprehend time in the same structured way humans do, they demonstrate a remarkable ability to anticipate events based on routine and surrounding cues. A cat may appear to know exactly when dinner time is approaching, not because it can read a clock, but because it has learned the rhythms of the household, the position of the sun, the familiar sounds of movement, the usual moment you return home. These signals allow the cat to predict what is about to happen. This is why a cat often waits by its food bowl before you have even picked up the food container. It has memorized the sequence of events that leads to feeding time and can anticipate it with striking precision. This sensitivity to routine also explains why sudden changes can be unsettling for cats. A cat accustomed to a consistent feeding schedule or the presence of its human during the day may become anxious or restless if that routine is abruptly altered. Keeping daily patterns consistent helps cats feel safe and reduces their stress levels. When adjustments are unavoidable, introducing changes gradually and establishing new routines gently can help the cat adapt more comfortably. Understanding how cats perceive time reminds us that, in their world, stability and predictability provide a deep sense of security. Cats have also shared their lives with many renowned historical figures and creative minds. Across different eras, numerous notable individuals have found companionship and inspiration in cats. Writers, in particular, have often shown a special fondness for feline companions. Ernest Hemingway was well known for his love of polydactyl cats, and his home in Key West still shelters their descendants today. Mark Twain spoke affectionately about his cats, and his household was always filled with them. T.S. Eliot composed a series of playful poems about cats, which later inspired the musical Cats. In the artistic world, painters such as Pablo Picasso, Henri Matisse, and Andy Warhol were all admirers of cats, often including them in their creations. Even political leaders and scientists found comfort in their presence. Winston Churchill had a marmalade-colored cat named Jock, who brought him solace during challenging times. Albert Einstein shared his home with a cat named Tiger and was known to comfort the animal whenever it seemed unhappy. These accounts highlight how the connection between humans and cats goes beyond time, culture, and profession. Whether one is an artist or a scientist, a writer or a statesman, people have long discovered in cats a source of companionship, reassurance, and creative inspiration. The presence of a cat can soothe the mind, provide quiet company during long hours of work, and remind us of life's simple pleasures, the warmth of a body, the softness of fur, and the calm of a silent companion. And so, dear listener, our peaceful exploration of the world of cats comes to an end. From the sands of ancient Egypt to the comfortable homes of today, cats have remained by our side, independent yet loving, mysterious yet familiar. They have shared our fireplaces, our resting places, and our everyday lives, offering comfort through their gentle purring and companionship through their quiet presence. We have explored the fascinating biology that makes them such remarkable animals. From their flexible spines and retractable claws to their heightened senses and elegant movements, we have also examined their behaviors, learning to understand the meaning behind slow blinks, tail positions, and the steady, rhythmic kneading of their paws. We have explored how cats express themselves, how they form connections, and how they move through a reality that is at once domestic and untamed. Cats gently remind us that independence holds its own kind of beauty, that affection offered freely becomes even more meaningful, and that elegance can be discovered in even the smallest gestures. They show us how to value daily rhythms and to take comfort in simple, repeated rituals. They teach us that rest is not a sign of idleness, but an essential part of living, and that play remains vital to well-being regardless of age. When we look into their eyes, we glimpse intelligence and endless curiosity. When we hear their purring, we experience a sense of calm and quiet peace. In their presence, we encounter a form of companionship that asks for very little, yet offers so much in return. As you lie here now, perhaps with a cat resting beside you or with the memory of one gently held in your heart, allow that warmth to surround you. Imagine a cat basking in sunlight, stretched out in complete comfort, its coat softly illuminated, its breathing slow and even. Picture the gentle vibration of a purr, a sound that carries a soothing, almost healing quality. See a cat carefully grooming itself with quiet patience, a cat leaping with effortless grace from one place to another, a cat curling into a perfect circle of softness and warmth. Let these peaceful images guide you softly towards sleep. The world of cats is filled with contrasts, blending the wild with the familiar, independence with loyalty, stillness with sudden movement. It is a world that exists beside our own, sometimes intersecting with it, sometimes remaining separate, yet always there. As you begin to drift, allow the quiet wisdom of cats to surround you. They understand when it is time to rest and when it is time to play, when to seek closeness and when to withdraw into solitude. They remind us that life is meant to be lived with grace, with curiosity, and with moments of deep and restorative peace. Close your eyes now. Let your breathing become slower and more gentle. Feel the softness of where you lie, just as a cat instinctively finds the warmest and most comfortable place to settle. Release the weight of the day, your thoughts, your worries. Allow yourself to sink into the same deep rest that cats embrace so naturally, that complete surrender to stillness. There is nothing required of you, nowhere you must go. Simply rest, simply breathe, simply exist. And as you drift into dreams, remember that cats everywhere continue their timeless patterns, sleeping in warm patches of sunlight, moving silently through the twilight, purring softly in the darkness. They continue as they always have, graceful and mysterious, reminding us that some things remain constant, that some bonds go beyond time, and that within the quiet companionship of a cat, we can find a peace that needs no words. Good night, dear listener.